welcome to the episode of The Watchable with me. Sean Lewis, make some noise. Clap it up, get excited wherever you are. We are back with another action-packed show for today. All covering the week. That's going the weekend. That's coming up with a mega event coming about in the world of boxing. We got Inoue, we got Canelo, we got Garcia, we got Devin, Haney, and we got so much more. Shoot, we even got some NBA, and we got some time for all that happened last weekend. It's happening this week. This has been the weekend we've been waiting on. May is here. Summer is upon us. It's hot. I'm sweaty, and guess what? We're gonna have some fun. This is about to be one of the best starts to what can look to be a phenomenal outlook, depending on how the storyline goes from this weekend's turn of events all the way into December. And we got fights and grudge matches galore that's being set up, that's going to happen in the ring outright. I'm like, shoot, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so excited. I've been screaming in my head all day long, and I've been losing my voice because I've been trying to tell everybody I know this is the weekend to be a boxing fan, a sports fan in general, absolutely, but a boxing fan, no question about it. This is going to be a barn burner of an absolute spectacle. I'm the highest regard. I'm so glad to be here with you talking about it all. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the stream right here, right where you are. Comment your thoughts and opinions on whatever we talk about today. And also, don't forget, we got a championship round segment at the end of the show. We can talk about anything and everything that your heart desires in the sports world. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the show with everybody that you know, so we can keep on building up this empire together. Yes, indeed, we're growing rapidly, and it's all thanks to you and your support. Also, we're available on every podcasting platform imaginable. Apple, Spotify, you name it. We're there. And if not, tell us. We will get there absolutely, so you can listen to us anywhere, at any time, at any place, at your leisure, on your job, at your work, in your home. Shoot, on the toilet, I don't care. This is the place to be. This is music to your ears and excitement in your heart, because I guarantee you this, you won't find a more energetic show than what we got right here on The Watch Report. So again, thank you for tuning in. Let's see who's in tune for the show today. Al Booga, what's good with you? Thanks for tuning in to the show. Hey, glad that you're here. Glad that you're with us. Glad that we get to witness history all together. I see Kevin Luena at 2 o'clock today. Oh, that is today. Oh, hold on. Let me go on and make sure I get that pulled up right now on my side. Oh, I'm not missing anything. That's right. That is today. And I forget, did they already do the weigh-ins for the night, or is it still coming later on in the afternoon? Hopefully I didn't miss it. If I did, I apologize. Shoot, I couldn't stream it anyway, even if I wanted to, because, hey, copyright infringement. Oh, I ain't trying to get sued, don't you know? I'm just getting started with this channel. Hey, if this thing breaks, or this goes awry already, oh Lord, oh my. Oh my, indeed. But again, we got so much to talk about in the world of sports today, in the world of boxing more specifically. Yes, if we have time, we'll talk about the NBA. We'll talk about the Lakers getting knocked out. We'll talk about how Rudy Gobert had an insane legacy game, 27-24. Ridiculous. We'll talk about all that and more. Rockets and the Warriors, they're still going on with the Rockets winning their last game. Oh, we got a lot that we can cover all around the show today, but it's time for boxing. And since we're talking about boxing, it's time to step into the ring. Yes, sir. That's right. Ring the bell. Let's get started. Round one of this show going underway. As first and foremost, since we're talking about the biggest thing already, we might as well get the biggest fight out the way right now. Also, let's see. They just did the weigh-in. Tio and Arnold made weight. Okay, that's good. I think, did everybody make weight? I think I read something everybody made weight. Matter of fact, I just checked everybody moved. Okay, good. Okay, so we ain't got no problems. We ain't got no Chris Eubank situation. We ain't got no potential fines. Everybody, hopefully, looks happy, healthy, and ready, and clean. Especially clean, because we know that's gonna be, that's one of the biggest things about this whole fight with Ryan Garcia, more specifically. And we're going to touch on that, but I will say this, Ryan Garcia, the fight ain't just the biggest thing. It's after the fight that we're all waiting on, honestly, to see whether or not this brother is indeed going to be clean for the entirety of the time, based on what we see in the ring against Ramirez. But again, we're going to talk about that in the show. But now we're talking about boxing. We got to go and hey, we got to do what we got to do. Sergey, what's good with you? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in on to the show. Hey, welcome back to the hottest show in all the globe, right here on YouTube and every podcasting platform imaginable. We appreciate your time, your effort, your company, and your energy. Let's see what you got to say. What's up, Jean? Or hello, Jean-Luc. Will you talk about Usyk Dubois or Wardley Okogie today? I was going to talk about Dubois versus Usyk. Wardley versus Okogie, I didn't know if we were going to have time to do it, due to the fact that I was assuming, knowing y'all, these topics are going to take up doggone the whole time. Knowing how this show goes, I want to talk about both. I'm making an effort to talk about Dubois versus Usyk. Dubois versus Usyk. Because I got some stuff I want to say about that. Oh boy, that matchup's gotten a little bit interesting, even though we're months or a month or two away. Oh boy, we got some new developments in the mentality of Dubois that we're going to show and talk about later on in this episode. Don't get it twisted. So we're going to talk about just about everything we can. So we'll touch on this and much more as much as we can on this show. But again, we got a lot to cover. We do. We really do. So let's jump right into it right now. But the first topic of today being, hey, might as well start big, shall we? The fight that's happening it's May 3rd, May 4th. I believe this is happening Saturday. If I have my dates correct. Hopefully I got my dates correct. My gosh, I'm getting kind of confused with when Inoue fights Sunday. Canelo fights Saturday. Ryan, Tio, and Devin fight Friday. So they fight tomorrow. Good gosh, they fight tomorrow. That's ridiculous. But in regards to which, Canelo versus Scull is happening on an incredibly stacked or incredibly respectable card, with a lot of big names, but this one being the headliner. And what do we all expect to happen on this road to becoming two-time undisputed? Well, as we look at the outcome, most likely, are we going to see Canelo knock him out? Oh, yeah. Is it a surprise? No, it's not. We've touched on this a couple of times in the past. We've glazed over really breaking down the fight because we all assume what's going to happen. But let's really delve into it. Show me, why is it that I would feel that Canelo Alvarez is going to absolutely destroy the likes of William Scull? Now, there's no disrespect to William Scull, and we understand the pathway that this is leading to. Ultimately, this is to bring in the undisputed championship into that Terrence Crawford fight that they're having later on in the year at 168 pounds, which will be one of the biggest events of this year. And I promise you, it's going to bring people out in droves. It's going to be a spectacle, for better or for worse, that everybody's going to pay attention to. But with his resume, as we covered before, Canelo Alvarez, 62-2-2, 2 draws, 2 losses, never been knocked out in his career, almost got wobbled, but early. But other than that, nearly a flawless resume. Outside of being beat by the likes of Floyd Mayweather and Bebo, 62 wins, 39 KOs, is the pound for pound in the world in that top 10 threshold. Yes, he is. Though we lament what he's been doing with not fighting David Benavidez and the recent slew of matchups, he has opted to choose of his own volition. Got some problems with that, but regards to which, the greatness is still great, and we do have to respect it. And he's the best super middleweight in the world right now, with power, speed, accuracy, and a motor, as well as an elite IQ level. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, William Scull, 23-0, undefeated, yes, is, ironically enough, a big dude from the standpoint of height and just build as a whole. Hey, he looks rock solid. I believe per box rank, ranked 12th in the world right now in the division. Is the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez, I believe it was excuse me, I'm sorry, is the champion, IBF champion, because he got stripped away from Canelo, because Canelo wouldn't fight IBF mandatory. Now, Scull is the champion. Won it from, who was he? Won it from Vladimir Shinshinsky. Hopefully, excuse me for saying his name wrong. Apologize if I do. But won it from him in I believe, a unanimous, split decision. That was actually controversial. Many people thought Vladimir may have won. Regardless of which, he's on the biggest stage of his career, the biggest stage of his life, the most money he will potentially ever make, and a potential opportunity to pull off another Douglas Tyson type of scenario and upset one of the baddest men on the planet in the face of the sport. Now, as we break down their stylistic styles or stylistic fighting ability, Canelo clears him just about every way. Speed, power, timing, ring generalship, all of that. William Scull has some good footwork. Yes, he does. Got some height and some length. Yes, we know Canelo's normally outmatched in terms of height-wise and reach-wise by most of his opponents, but William Scull can actually use it. And William Scull is a counterpuncher. He is some will call him a sniper of sorts. He picks his shots deliberately and with intention. Now, it's not going to hurt you. He's not going to outright blow you out the water. Again, with 23 wins, only got 9 KOs on his resume. So ain't nothing special about, oh, shoot, he can do you in. Now, we also said that about Bruno Saras, and we saw what he did to Jaime Munguia. Put that brother out with a one clean shot after getting dominated. So again, a puncher's chance. From the standpoint of if he lands right at the right time, who knows what may happen. But this is when the Canelo that we're talking about. His chin most likely won't do a thing in the standpoint of really being in any danger. So, William Scull's ability is going to have to be winning on points, using his length and footwork to be able to outbox Canelo by outboxing, by using his jab, by using his reach, by scoring points and getting out the way, like he actually likes to do all the time in his fights. So with all that being said, is there any way that he can win? Yes. If he can elevate his footwork and essentially darting in and out nature to the levels of likes of Bebo, okay, you got yourself an opportunity. Do some work, do a lot of work. You don't have to do a lot of work. And then get out, run the ropes, do it again. That would be your best bet. But I promise you that's not what's going to happen. Because William Scull's got a lot of flaws. One of them being, though he's got good feet, he punches over his feet. And by that I mean, not just sometimes leaning over, but sometimes he will stand in the center of the ring, similar to Canelo, and wait for you to either catch and shoot or slip and try to counter. Ironically enough, his brother slips with his hands down, like he did against the last fight against Vladimir, and that's going to be a nightmare scenario. And more than using his feet, he wants to try to catch you somewhat at the mid-range. Posture and wait. Stand his ground, score, and then move, rather than moving and scoring at the same time. This is where he's going to run into a deep hole. Because Canelo's going to be able to walk him down, like we always talk about. Walk and stalk, that high guard that he always likes to have, to make it so that he can block and catch whatever he comes your way. Can use him, but most likely won't need it for this fight. And then, at that point in time, William Scull is going to do what? Same thing he's been doing. Stand in the pocket. Or rather stand in that mid-range, try to posture and bait Canelo into a counter, slip some shots and try to land some jabs of his own, and he's going to get put to sleep. I'm almost assured of it. And when I say, and also, almost forgot, the punching over his feet, not just with his posture at times, but also when he punches, similar to a critique that I had with Lamont Roach way back when we first were looking at the fight with Tank Davis. He will throw himself off balance when he throws his power hand, especially that power straight. Genuine. It's subtle, but it's there. Having to readjust his feet, having to get back situated and balanced in the center of the ring. Again, because he's not moving and punching. He is trying to plant and throw and score. When he actually loads up, brother, he will throw himself out of position. He will throw himself way out of position. He's got to wobble himself back into recovery. That's when we're going to see Canelo blow this brother out the kingdom come, and we'll have a new two-time undisputed super middleweight champion of the world in Canelo Alvarez, once again claiming the throne of all belts in his possession, like the Infinity Stones. Everybody, or he's got the gauntlet of all the gold wrapped around his wrist and wrapped around his waist, and that's most likely what we're going to see from the standpoint of a dominant affair. And so is it going to be interesting? Probably not. But we know what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the mega fight down the road. But my gosh, let me see what people have to say on this show. Shoot, we got a lot of people coming in. My goodness, let's see. William Haney. William Haney. What's good, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in on the show. Hey, glad that you're here. Hopefully, if you would, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. We love your presence. We love you being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hey, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead, leave a like. Share the show. Send it to Devin Haney. I would love, if he can get in the chat, hey, send your son along. I would love to have a conversation with him. Let's see what he's got to say about his opinions on what he's going to do against Jose Ramirez. Oh, yeah. Let's make it happen. Give me them connections. Give me them numbers, them digits, all that stuff so I can, hey, get some inside information. Get paid in the process. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah, all this, I'm using everybody. Oh, this is just for money. Oh, this ain't, I don't do this for love of the game. I do this for the dough, the cheddar, the cheese, that gouda, that butter. That's what I'm looking for. I'm kidding. I'm playing. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's see. Stay tuned for Devin Haney's. Stay tuned for Devin Haney's fight against Ramirez. Oh, I will. I trust and believe. Dev will put on a boxing clinic. I'm excited for it. We're going to see. We're going to talk about that fight later on in the show. Don't get it twisted. Oh, yeah. I got confidence, but I also got some concerns. But we're going to be fair, and we're going to watch Devin Haney work and see what he can do. But let me see. Al Booga, I'm interested in the fight to see what Williams can do and to see what Canelo is physically. Now, that's interesting. So you have some questions on Canelo's physical ability. Would it be because of his advanced age? Would it be because of the fact that he hasn't scored a knockout in, 4 years? Has it been? Has actually, hold on, let me check that myself. When's the last time he scored a knockout in terms of Canelo Alvarez? Because he knocked down Jaime Munguia, but didn't knock him out. He knocked down John Ryder multiple times, didn't knock him out. He knocked down Edgar Berlanga, but didn't knock him out. He knocked down Jermell Charlo, but didn't knock him out. He knocked down, he didn't knock down Gennady Golovkin. He got beat by Bebo. The last person he knocked out was Caleb Plant. Shoot. My goodness, how far? What was it, 2023? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Is the last time this brother knocked out? Was it really that long ago? My gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He ain't knocked out the brother since Caleb Plant, and that was, 2022, 2023, maybe late 2024 if I got my dates kind of muddied up. But yeah. I see why you may have some questions due to Canelo, with all the power that we say that he has, where is it? In terms of at super middleweight, putting people out like we know he can, because he fights like he's the physically bigger man. Yes. Now, we understand also that knockouts aren't everything, but at the same time, some level of concern comes into play when we look at the greater story of his career and waiting on, people that he should have been beaten on the canvas to get put on the canvas and stay down. All heart and credit to them for constantly getting up. But also for Canelo, with all the greatness that he has, which is all well and good, there is some level of concern that we may need to look into from the standpoint of maybe the pop might not be as abundant as it used to be. And though we know Canelo is everything else, the decline of his physical ability due to his age may be coming up. Again, we've been saying, while he's still elite, he's on the downward trend in his career. We have been saying that. So, hey, this is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But let me see what people have to say. Yo, Abdul Rahim, what's good with you? Thanks for tuning in to the show. How you doing? Good to see you. If you haven't, leave a like on the stream. Please leave a like on the stream. Please do. We're trying to get this out to the airways of the greater boxing landscape. We would love to have everybody tuning in and coming in on the show. No question about it. We appreciate your time and effort anyway in staying around. No question. Let's see. Hi, assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. I believe that's the right one. I believe that's the right greeting. If I butchered it, I apologize. But I think that's right. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam to you. How are you? Blessings and greetings. Have you done professional sport because you know a lot about sports? No, I did play, I played coach pitch, I played coach pitch early in elementary. That was fun. Cried a lot because I was trying to, catch the ball, and I was like, dang it, I can do it, but I wasn't doing it. I was like, really mad, but then I got over it. But yeah, did that. Yeah, I just hooped a lot in the park. Hooped a lot in the park in my local gym. But I ain't played no professional sport. Now, I was a part of the football team from the standpoint of their video coordinator for I think a couple games. I can't remember how long. But regardless of which, I ain't played nothing professional. I just study. I study a lot. I wanted my profession was wanting to cover sports for just about all my life. So it's been like play it and also study it as if I'm a player, so I can talk about it like the players will be able to talk about it, and people think I played before. Hey, it's working because you think I played before. Oh yeah, that's what we call consistency. That's what we call work ethic. Oh yeah, that's grit and determination. So I can fool you into thinking I did something I didn't. But yeah, so no, I haven't played nothing professional, but I study a lot and listen a lot so I can learn and know a lot about sports. So yes, that's why. But hopefully that answers the question. Let's see, Jay Riggs, what's good with that? How good it was? Excuse me. What's good with you? Thanks for tuning into the show. What's up with you all? Glad to see that y'all are tuning in. Actually, that's a good question. Al Booker, you in New York and you gonna watch the fight? Oh wait, what? Are you gonna see the fight? Wait a minute now. If you are, brother, shout me out. See if you can get see if you can get Ryan to come through and say what's up to the channel. Devin, get the whole crew to come through. All three headliners to say what's up, how you doing? Good to see you. I would love to talk to them about it, absolutely. But mind you, we got a lot to cover. I don't want to waste some more time. We do have a lot to cover. Have you knocked anyone out yourself? No, I haven't. Thankfully, I ain't got into no fights. We got a saying at the house. Did you beat anybody up? Did you get beat up? Well, then you had a good day. That's how we operate on here. I love fighting. I ain't trying to fight. I think I can hold my own at least a little bit. Now, I understand, weight classes and all. I ain't trying to fight somebody 250. Now, if I knock him out, hey, call me, at that point, call me Ben Rodriguez. Shoot, call me anyway. I'm walking around like the greatest a slice of bread. I'm bucking at everybody that moves if I do that. But that's part of why I ain't got into a fight. Because if I did win, Lord, I don't know what would happen. If I lost, I'll be fine. But if I won, oh shoot. Oh, I'll be just seeing people off the street. Boom. Hey, what you looking at? Pop. What you pop. See me in the grocery store. Line's taking too long, but I knock everybody out in front of me just to get a front row seat. So I can speed it up. I get a big head. I don't need that. Let me see. I'm sorry, Haney, don't sleep on Ramirez. He has that dog in him, and it's going to be a good fight to see. It's going to be a good fight to see, and he has power when he cracks. It's going to be interesting. But again, we got a lot. Oh, also, Justin Kemp, what's good with you? How you doing? What's up, Justin? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in on the show. No question. We enjoy your presence and your excitement that you're here. Yo to you. Anybody else who's in the chat or just listening, hey, feel free to say whatever. We'll bring it up and we'll talk about it on the show. But again, we got a lot to cover. We still got to make sure we do what we got to do. If we have, again, I'm trying to make sure we got some time because I know people got to go. So we going to cover the big fights first and then the smaller ones like Bacoli that were also on the card of the Canelo Alvarez fight. Actually, can we cover that now? You know what? We'll be safe. We'll cover that later on in the show. We'll cover that later on in the show. Bacoli versus F.A. Ajagba. Right now, we'll keep with the headliners first, and then we'll go into the other fights later on. So we make sure people get the bulk of what we can before they have to go and leave it in various things. So with the next thing on the card, hey, well, Devin Haney, I'm glad that you're Bill Haney, William Haney, relative or not, I'm glad that you're here because now we're about to go to the next segment, which is Haney versus Ramirez. That's right. Oh, yes, the fight that has everybody on pins and needles, not because of the excitement level that we expect to see, but because of the implications of can you make it to Ryan Garcia? Let's remember the whole goal of this card is similar to Wilder versus AJ being a co-headliner. This is an event to make a bigger event later on down the line. We want to see Ryan versus Devin face off against each other in a monumental fight of epic proportions and a grudge match. But in order for that to happen, got to go through the test of fighting Jose Ramirez. Now, when it comes to Jose Ramirez, this is a brother who we've seen before lose, I believe in his last outing, against Barboza, who's fighting Teofimo Lopez. That may rub some people the wrong way in terms of how Haney will be able, or how competitive this fight would be on the side of Ramirez against, again, an accomplished, experienced, very much technically gifted, former undisputed champion in Devin Haney. In regards to what we want to say about how we feel about Devin Haney, which a lot of people got a lot to say, we still understand he is great. That is undeniable. So what will we see in this fight? Well, when we look at how Ramirez likes to fight, hey, pressure fighter, loves to give a lot of energy and a lot of mental fatigue on top of physical wear and tear. The consistency to stay in front of you, as also being a former champion, understanding what it takes to be able to wear an opponent down at the highest level. And he can crack. The brother can pop. This ain't just somebody who's again just a boxer, and that's it. This man indeed is somebody who is, he ain't no joke. This brother can crack. If he catches you, he can hurt you. He can rock you. He can really, he can put your lights out with the uppercut, with the left hook, shoot with the straight right hand. Most of his punches got some real steam on them. Now, he's not the fastest boxer. Yes, hand speed isn't the quickest. Hand speed isn't something that's going to blow you absolutely away, but it is the ability. Even at the advanced age that he's at. Now, this is not disrespect. Again, he's an older veteran fighter who is indeed a great fighter still. We look and we say, hey man, it's a tall task, but we think you can do it. And if you do indeed follow the blueprint of what we saw against Ryan Garcia, constantly come forward, constantly make it so that Devin Haney has to fight out of pressure. Be physical, fight big, fight strong, fight with the intent of, I don't want to say reckless abandon, but almost in a disrespectful manner against Devin Haney's technical ability. There is a way that you can beat him. There's a way that you can knock him out. There is a high probability from the standpoint of an upset potential that this would be the fight if there was an upset that happened. It would be this one because of who Jose Ramirez is. Now, do I think that's going to happen in the grand scheme? I would say no. I would pick a knockout. Oh, not knockout, not knockout, excuse me. Oh, hold on, blunder, major blunder. Rewind all that. Rewind that whole thing. I would pick a unanimous decision on the side of Devin Haney. Now, why? Would be because I believe that with the training that he's gone through now, if what we say is true, from people like Sugar Shane Mosley, from people like his dad, and from people, who's his trainer? I think it's just somebody else he was working with also. And his own acknowledgement of the bow and arrow effect that people like to call it, with his jab, the inability to block the left hook, I think he will have fixed those issues that we saw in the past. Maybe not perfectly, but he would have fixed those issues that got him in so much trouble against Ryan Garcia. Now, will that still work if he does win this and face against Ryan? We won't know. Will it work today or tomorrow? We won't know up until tomorrow. But what we do know is that this is a man who, if he has improved and retooled and regrouped himself, he should be able to handle Jose Ramirez, and he should be able to beat him. Now, some people are saying that they're gonna see a knockout. Some people are saying that they're gonna see Haney actually put Ramirez to sleep. We even saw there was an interview with Showbiz the Adult for the Zone, which also phenomenal work by Showbiz to be able to actually, work his way up, shoot, to be interviewing people right in front of him. Right? My gosh, phenomenal. Hey, credit to him, trying to follow in the footsteps and make my own path of being on that level. That's incredible. But talking about it, we see, and I think also with Cigar Talk as well, he feels that now that as he's maturing, as he's getting bigger, more comfortable at this weight class, especially now that's at 147. Ooh, I think it's at 147. Is it at 147? I think it's at 147. Please tell me that fight's at 147. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Excuse me. We can see Devin Haney potentially have more pop than we may give him credit for. It's got to be proven. Main thing is, Haney, I think, will beat him. Ramirez. It can be very tough. And we should not be surprised if it becomes a real war. But also, if we do see Haney have the ability to retool and evolve, like we've been asking for this brother to do, this could be a very good performance for like Devin Haney. And I'll pick him to win. I understand that could be wrong and he could be put to sleep. And Ryan Garcia may not even get his fight against Devin Haney, because Devin Haney, like with Wilder, messes up on the thing. Now, it could also go for Ryan Garcia and him messing up, but again, that's a whole other conversation. But That's how I feel on that fight. But let's see. I was telling my friends, one of y'all were going to be there. Oh, who's going to be there? Hold on. No, I'm in Delaware. Only went to the tank fight because I got free tickets. Went to the Boots fight in AC. That joint. Oh, really? Oh, shoot! I didn't know you went to the Boots fight. Dang! But I wish you were. I wish you were going to the. I wish you were going to the New York Times Square one. Maybe you can, to take a boat, take a plane, walk. If you do a track now, you. If you start moving now, you might be, you could be able to catch the last fight of the night. If you so chose. But again, wherever you are, be safe. We're all going to be watching the fight, regardless of which. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Do y'all want me to stream all these fights? I do need to make sure I put that up. Do y'all want a live stream of all these fights? The entire weekend? Inoue, Haney, Ryan, T.O., Canelo, William Scull. Oh, gosh. I'm up for it. I'll put it on a poll today. We're going to have to. It's going to be tomorrow. Shoot, I might just do it regardless of which. You know what? Expect to be more likely to expect a live for every day this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Expect to see a live going about. A live commentary for this whole boxing weekend. It's going to be exciting. Let's see, a very healthy mentally and physically. Should that be right? A very healthy, mentally and physically, should be able to put out. Okay. A healthy Haney, mentally and physically, should be able to outbox Ramirez. But we will all find out. Just do not go toe to toe with Ramirez. Yeah. Now, at the same time, I do want to bring this up before I move on to the Ryan Garcia fight. When we say, or when we have stay away from the inside, I completely get it. Do what you need to do. Box like you like to box. However, I don't want to see Haney scared to go on the inside, because he will have to do that against Ryan Garcia. Based on what we saw in the last, he's going to have to be able to win. If we're looking past this fight, one of the biggest things about the Ryan Garcia fight is that he's going to have to be able to Devin Haney to be able to do something of note on the inside against Ryan Garcia. Because when Garcia closes the distance, you need some level of success, or else you're going to get put out like you did last time. Not put out by the knocked out, but put out by dominating. Once the gap closed. Though we know Ramirez is a big threat and you want to stay away from the power, yes, be smart, absolutely. But I don't want to see him scared of needing to go inside. Because for me, that would be a bad sign. Not saying fight in there, but don't be scared if the fight goes there to show, yeah, I can hold my own. Because if I see that happen, then against Ryan, I'm going to have some real questions. I'm going to be concerned. I'm going to be very concerned if that takes place. Not saying he's got to go to war with Ramirez. I'm not looking for Devin Haney to all of a sudden fight like Isaac Cruz. I'm not looking for this brother to fight like Sebastian Fundora and go throwing uppercuts left, right, and center on the inside for the entirety of the night and negate his jab entirely. I'm not looking for that, but I am looking for confidence in every avenue of the range of boxing. Outside, mid-range, and inside, specifically on the inside, not being afraid of what can come at you. Because we're still dealing with PTSD. We're still dealing with the free effects of what we witnessed with Ryan Garcia. It's not out the question that could still linger and cause hesitation. Remember, we talked about it earlier. Cause hesitation. Hesitation, especially when you're in the danger zone, leads to genuine destruction. If you don't have the wherewithal and the confidence to be able to commit to what you got to do. We saw it with Tim Tszyu. The brother, again, it was one instance of him pawing at that cut at the top of his head against Baccarat. One instance. based on the mental effects that fight had on him, thinking that he just got to get. And you saw what happened afterwards. It affected everything about his ability to fight. Defensively, offensively, speed, commitment. His heart was still there, but everything else, oh boy, got destroyed because there was some hesitation. Without the hesitation, you saw what he did against Joey Spencer. Now, a whole lot better. Don't need to see that against Ramirez. Hesitation. So he can't be afraid, if the fight turns into an inside fight, to go inside and do work. Because if so, could be a big problem for down the line against Ryan Garcia. But let me see. If Haney is special and can slide by Ramirez with swimming without getting wet and get to the bag with Ryan, then he can try to prove himself then, but not against. Okay. So I see what you're saying. Don't risk it by getting in there. Okay, I see what you mean. I respect it. I respect that. Don't mess up your money. Don't mess up your ability to get to the big fight that you want, to where you really want to show, yeah, you are what you are. I get it. And like I said, I'm not saying he needs to get in there. But if it does turn into that, and does turn into, okay, you got to fight out, I just don't want to see him scared when he does it. That's all. Don't live there. Just show you can be there. That's all I'm saying. And so, let me see. People have to say, oh, Jay Will, what's good with you? How you doing? What's up, brother? Hey, and thank you for tuning in. Leave a like on the stream if you're, and anybody who's here, please leave a like on the stream if you would. And again, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and we can share it with so many people. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you for tuning into the show. We're talking about the entirety of the card, from undercard to main card to Inoue, Haney, Devin, not Haney, they're the same person. Inoue, Canelo, Scull, Haney, Ryan, T.O., we talk about it all. Bacoli, Usyk, Dubois, NBA. Who knows? Maybe you might even get to some NFL on this show. We got a lot to cover. No question, but let me see. I never got a notification. What's up? Oh, you didn't get. See, I need to check this. I don't know why. Some people ain't getting notifications. I did a community post. I made sure everything was on. I don't know what's going on. But regardless of which, we're going to get it fixed. Because I can tell you what, I'm making sure people ain't going to miss this. My gosh, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you made an effort. Thank you so much for coming up. Let's see what people, Sugar Shane Mosley training Devin Haney and said he got him cracking. His prediction is Devin Haney by 6-round stoppage. Now that is interesting. We touched on Mosley training Haney, saying that he's got crack. And let's go. I'm excited for the weekend. No question. I'm excited for this whole thing. Now, I do need to say real quick before we move on, Haney training with Shane. That's a great thing. However, I don't think that he got more power. I think he taught better technique. I don't think Devin Haney has more power from the standpoint of what you see is what you get. It's not that he's elevating his ability to punch. It's that he's punching the right way. See the difference? When you punch the right way, it better focuses the power that you have to make it more destructive, more pinpoint, more surgical. But outright power, I don't think he's got outright power in him. To the point of where, yeah, he's big. He's strong. Good for the division. He's a big kid. He's a big kid. Absolutely. But it's the old saying goes, punches are born, not made. You can mold a puncher to be better, but naturally you got the power that you got, and it's going to show forth one way or another, even if it's bad technique. Haney, with good technique, the power that he does have is now going to be even more pinpoint, and it's going to be, the power is going to be distributed properly. You know, take it like if you throw a ball at a piece of paper, most likely that ball won't go through. But if you throw a needle at a piece of paper, it'll cut right through it. Even if it's the same power to throw, it's where the power is being focused. You get martial arts, Bruce Lee. It's not just being like water, it's that you translate all the energy, the kinetic chain, as they would call it in the boxing world, or just in the physical world as a whole. The kinetic chain operates better to more efficiently output the power. And when you punch correctly, now the pinpoint of that power falls in a more destructive manner, not because it's more power, but because it's all focused at one point. And it's easier to break through something when the energy is focused rather than when it's spread apart. And for Haney, I think that's what Shane Mosley's taught him. And that very well could be the thing that needs to be done to put this brother into a real, hey, he actually got some, need to be afraid. But I think it's going to be more so, it's not that he doesn't have a lot of, it's not that he has a lot of power, but it's the fact that he never knew how to punch properly to make the power that he does have effective. I think that's what we're going to be able to see on the night of the fight. Let me see, Mitchell, I'm finally going home this weekend. I only work in Houston, but I live 6 hours away. So, hey, I'm excited for you. Let's see, you can't teach a guy more power, but you can teach him basics and not dropping that hand. Yeah, you can. And if everything goes through like that, oh yeah, it's going to be it can be an incredibly great night. Let's see, it's interesting. Let's see, Jay Will. It's interesting because I feel Haney's going to be skittish on the outside using that jab. If Haney sits down with his punches in the pocket, he better keep that right hand up. That's for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And Jay, again, the whole crux of this is that if he can fight like he did against Prograis and get that same result, that's phenomenal. You remember we were saying about Haney when he fought against Prograis the first time round. My gosh. Oh, Haney's different. 140 is a gift to this brother. This is what he needed. Moving up, looking better, all this stuff. If he looks like that, we'll all be happy. Outboxing, but still also not afraid to attempt to do damage. That's what I'm looking for. That's honestly what I'm looking for. A Regis Prograis level performance from the standpoint of everything that we see you do, we know you can do. And you do it well. Fixing that right hand when you throw that jab, keeping it up. As well as making sure that when openings do arise, you're not afraid to take them while still doing the boxing savantism that you normally do with your jab, with your feet, with your defense, all that stuff. Don't change who you are if you're Haney. Be better. That's all we're looking for. That's all I'm asking for, honestly. And so let me see. What's funny is he told Ramirez he's too small. In reality, Ramirez looks big for being cut weight till fight night. Yeah, and I think Haney's taller, but Ramirez if Haney is bigger, it ain't by much from the standpoint of size when it comes to Ramirez. Ramirez he might not look as bulky and cut like a Haney. That's a big dude. Even if he ain't taller than Haney, you can see he's got some stuff going through. Similar to Navarrete. Maybe this is a bad example, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Similar to how Navarrete's built. Not saying he's built bad, or like Benavidez. Not saying they're built bad, but it's like it's wide. If that does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's wide of sorts, even though it's not cut. But you see, okay, yeah, he's got some juice flowing. Not. See, for this fight, wrong choice of words. Not juice. He ain't got juice flowing. He's got some innate power in him. In a build that doesn't look like it would normally be. Ooh, you need to look out for him. Saying juice in this situation, on this stage, it's not. My gosh, I don't want to have that dude. Please don't have that happen with Jose Ramirez. Oh gosh, please don't. I don't want to hear anything juice or liquid related for the entirety of this whole event. Because I don't want nobody popping dirty for nothing. Please no. Oh gosh, please no. Hopefully that we don't see that happen again. Devin Haney had an interview with Showbiz. Yes, he did. It was a really good interview. If you get a chance to check it out, it's really good. It's really cool how he's got it going. It's not like a sitting in front and it's professional, but it's more personal. With Black Two Sugars, I think that's what it's called. And you sitting there and you talking over a cup of coffee. It's a setting that lets people kind of be more relaxed while still being them. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, yes, Haney did an interview, and did you see his face Like he was forced to be in that interview after all the smack talk beats saying Vince and Haney were said. I mean, look, he probably did it. We know there's beef. I mean, he's had beef with a lot of reporters and journalists and YouTubers. So it's like he probably, was forced to be there. Almost assuredly. But, I mean, like that's the game. Kind of, that's the game. And it's like, and it wasn't like Showbiz, from when I watched, it wasn't like he was doing anything out of pocket from the standpoint of in that interview. Like, he still was like, hey, I said what I said. But this is the deal. How do you feel? I think it was pretty fair. I think he was pretty fair. But most likely, Haney and Showbiz and the Haney family, they probably don't rock with him, almost assuredly. But obligation-wise, had to be there. But I'd say he made the best of it, in my humble estimation. Let's see. I said the same thing, that it looked awkward. It might have. Again, they probably didn't want to be there, probably focus on the fight. We've seen it a couple times with other interviews where it's like, I'm just here out of obligation, rather than like, I want to be here. Maybe they enjoyed it, maybe they didn't. I don't know. All I know is he's doing this thing, and I'm happy. Hopefully I can get to that same threshold. And hopefully, y'all will be saying when I do it, these people want to be here. Hopefully. But not throwing shade, please. Not throwing shade. Showbiz did a phenomenal job. Really love it. People need to follow that model, and if they can get there, if I can get there, great. We'll love it. But again, hopefully we're not saying the same things when I get to that threshold of the sports world. But then let me see. This is Haney didn't laugh too much in the comments. Well, he was shaking his head. No, I didn't see the end of the interview. I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the end of the interview. I did kind of skip around a little bit. I didn't see that he didn't shake his hand. My gosh. Well, hey. Hey. It's going to be like that sometimes. Genuinely, but let me see. People are asking Ryan looks like slender. He just weighed in at 146. No Osterine. I can't see Rolly not getting knocked out by 6. Gonna be cool out of the ring. Looks in Inoue. See, and you know what? Now we can go into the other topic. That's why I'm waiting on this. Here we go. Ryan versus Rolly. Yes, we can go through. Now, ring looks dope in NYC. Some people say they didn't like it. I'm glad I stuck to my guns and said it was going to be cool. Because I told y'all it was going to be good. And now y'all see, buddy, this is something worth going to. It's going to be a cool event. A dope event. Most likely the fight's going to be on the big, like that big screen in the middle of Times Square. For anybody to be able to see. From any vantage point. Oh, gosh. And internally, you're going to have people be able to go and talk smack, yell out from the street. It's going to be dope. I'm excited this is happening. It's different, it's new, and it's actually effective. And if it happens like I think it's going to happen on the night, this is going to be fun. I want more pop-up boxing events. This reminds me kind of like fight night. When you have fights at a carnival, you'd have fights in a ballroom, you have fights in a basement, you'd have fights like everywhere. It's dope. It really is dope, so I think it's good. But as we cover the fight as a whole, because we gotta make sure we do everything that we need to do. We got Ryan, we got Rolly. Let me see you all's predictions real quick. I think someone getting KO'd by round 4. Okay, I feel you out to see Showbiz over Showbiz. Hey, look, I respect it. Any and all mediums, all of us in this community, the sports community, and more specifically the boxing community, we're all valuable. He's great. Hopefully I can be great. Right now I see him as the front runner of this specific niche. And I respect it absolutely. I've learned a lot of stuff from him. I also don't agree with him. But he is indeed, he's good at what he does. I'm not saying I'm better or worse. If you feel that, I appreciate it. Thank you. I can only hope that I can keep on validating that feeling and improve it. But no disrespect to him at all. Showbiz, Champ Side, all these other channels. Phenomenal. Love them. Absolutely. And see, no hate to Showbiz. No question about it. No question. Let me see. Yo, Ultimate Warrior, what's good with you? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the show. I ain't got no ropes that I can go and shake up and down. And I ain't about to run around my room because it's doggone 85 degrees down here in the south. But I tell you what, we're still going to give you the energy and the fire because this is still the baddest place to be in all shoot, of the NYC and beyond, absolutely. But again, I'm happy to see that you all are here, and I can't wait to see how you feel about the fights going forward. Appreciate your time and energy. I'm going through Blink, we gotta go. We gotta talk. We got to talk. We have to talk about Rolly versus Ryan. Some people say, I can't see Rolly not getting knocked out by round 6. Some people say anybody's getting knocked out by round 6. I think that we're going to see Ryan Garcia knock out Rolly Romero in... Wait, hold on. In 7 rounds. I think we're going to see him boxing. I think we're going to see him beat him in 7. I think we're going to see him beat him in 7. Now, reason why. Remember, they've trained before. They have fought against each other before when both were up and coming as stars or newcomers into the boxing world. So this ain't a situation where it's like, oh shoot, they're unknown to each other. Similar to Tank and Rolly. They were indeed, like they're familiar with it. I'm not saying they train every day. They're familiar with each other. Here's a whole video of them going to war with each other. That Rolly did some work, but then Ryan got the best of him, in my humble estimation. Now, in this new revamp, or rather new, fully developed career that we've seen from both of them, Ryan Garcia is going to knock out Rolly Romero in 7 rounds. Because it's gonna either go 2 ways from what I see. It's either going to be that Ryan Garcia, because he's familiar with, or that it's either going to be that Rolly, because he's familiar with Ryan Garcia, is cautious, is more deliberate, takes time to be more methodical with his, again, explosiveness and power of when he tries to use it and get in on the inside. And that's going to drag the fight out. Or it might just be that we see Rolly come in and just bum rush him. And it's not out of the question either. It's because it's either 2 ways. Either he's walking you down or he's getting walked down. There's no in between for Rolly. It is not disrespect. It's how he fights. There's no in between for Rolly. Either he's walking you down or he's getting walked down and he's having to fight on the back foot. It's not great defensively. It's got so many holes that you can get and take advantage of, especially if you're throwing combinations like with the left hook. If you lead off the combination with a straight right, that can be a danger. He stopped Cruz. 2 or 3 hooks coming forward made Rolly always have to go on the back foot. And no matter how much he tried, he could never get on the front foot. Ishmael Barrosos, by Rolly's own account, the heaviest puncher he's ever faced in his career. Even with him getting knocked out by Tank, and he shouldn't have gotten that win against Barrosos, because Barrosos never got knocked down, but it wasn't even hurt, and he was the one that was whooping Rolly's butt all around the ring. Robbed of a title, stupidly robbed of a title, ignorantly robbed by Tony Weeks. But I digress. Even in that fight, go watch the whole thing. Butler was on the back foot the entire time and could not get any forward momentum. Couldn't do a thing. If you put Rolly on the back foot, you have won half the battle. The best thing then to do is not get caught. Or just be smart. And then you can win. And that's what we're going to see Ryan do in any given situation. Ryan is a better technical fighter. Ryan is a faster fighter. Though he's not as explosive in terms of closing the gap as Rolly. The hand speed is faster than Rolly. The defense, even though we critique it, is better than Rolly. The IQ is better than Rolly. It is. And the power, we can say that Rolly, we can say that he ain't the strongest puncher that Rolly's faced. You can even make an argument that he might not even be the strongest person in the ring from a physical standpoint, hypothetically, though I don't think that's the case. And I think he is indeed the bigger, stronger, and faster man by all accounts. But regardless of how you feel about it, there's enough power to put Rolly out. We know that for a fact. And his timing is going to be the thing that makes him clean up when it comes to Rolly Romero. And we going to see Ryan Garcia catch Rolly. And it's going to be with a shot in the midst of a combination or just one naked shot that Rolly doesn't see. I promise you it's going to be the case. It's going to be a shot that Rolly don't see in the midst of a whirling dervish of hands that come through. Or, like we saw with Ryan earlier in his career, It's going to be Ryan waits. Ryan lets Rolly come forward and then catches him with that check hook before Rolly has time to react. Before Rolly knows what's going on. Rolly's got an unorthodox punch style that can make him, he can be dangerous, absolutely. But also with that punch style, it is also open to many windows of countering. That somebody with the speed of Ryan Garcia, he can take that chance and always come out on top because of his own physical gifts. Let alone, we could just see Ryan Garcia walk down and just maul Rolly. Fight like the bigger man, lean on him, clinch him up, make him tired, all that stuff to make the fight easy for the second half. If he wanted to, because he could. He can get knocked out. Yeah, he can. Rolly's a danger. Yes, he is. Rolly's been in the ring with big punchers before. Yes, he has. But Rolly is not, in my opinion, going to be able to beat the likes of Ryan Garcia. And I'll predict this concretely as a KO. I'll put it definitively put this as a KO on the likes of Ryan Garcia, in my humble estimation. But let me see. I think Ryan is just a tough matchup for Devin. Yes, he do. I want nothing to go wrong. We need a rematch. I completely understand. I completely agree. I don't want nothing wrong either. Absolutely. I want everything to be as perfect as can be for this fight. And I hope both of them win so we can get the grudge match that we've all been waiting on with Ryan and Devin Haney. Also, let's not forget, this fight is going to be for a championship. Hey. Wow. Can you believe it? This fight's going to be for a title. Now, what title is it going to be for? The WBA regular title. Now, that means, understand, hold on, pump the brakes. Wait a minute, where's my soundboard? That is very interesting. Because of that one simple fact, this fight has bigger ramifications than just the Devin Haney rematch. Understand, this fight would make the winner the WBA regular champion, which means winner of this has the opportunity not just to face like Devin Haney, but to face Jerron Boots Ennis at 147 for his unified titles as a mandatory. Yeah. Remember we were talking about how we wanted to see Ryan versus Boots and how I don't think he's ready for Boots. I don't think he's ready for Boots in the slightest. But y'all are saying he might be able to give him some trouble. This will be the fight to make that fight happen. And if we didn't get Ryan versus Rolly, if we didn't get Ryan versus Haney, then we would get Ryan versus Boots. Either way, the cookie crumbles. This would be a phenomenal fight. Whether it was Ryan or Boots or Ryan or Devin Haney. Ryan and Haney for the spectacle and intrigue. Ryan versus Boots because of the physically gifted, just spectacle that it would achieve. Which would be insane, ridiculous, incredible. I still think Ryan loses against Boots. But either way, love to see that fight made happen. But that's the possibility. This fight is for the WBA regular championship. This means if whoever wins, they get or they become a mandatory for Jerron Boots Ennis' championship, who's now a unified and lineal champion. This would be the way that we would get Ryan versus Boots if Ryan versus Devin did in fact not happen. And if that did happen, oh, that'd be exciting. Oh, that'd be incredible. Stupendous. I would love that. No question about it. But also, on this card, don't forget, we got Tio versus the likes of Barboza. Now, I expect Tio to knock out the likes of Barboza. I do. Not miss words about it. However, also understand, Barboza is a good boxer. Some of the people that we've seen Teofimo Lopez struggle against are, in fact, good boxers. Lomachenko, no, Barboza's nowhere close to that type of fighter. Sandor Martin, another who's an excellent boxer, who I think beat Teofimo Lopez when they did fight against each other. Or when they did fight against each other all those, I think was it 4 years ago that they fought? When the start of the downtrend of the likes of Teofimo Lopez from the standpoint of, does he still have it? That whole conversation. Before Claggett, before Josh Taylor, all that. Barboza can potentially give him some trouble. Mind you, he beat and outboxed the likes of Jose Ramirez. And Jose ain't no slouch. And he's younger. He got some good speed on him. Got some good feet on him. He's got enough crack that he can be respected, but it's not enough crack that he can just put you out one fell swoop, most likely. But it's still, there's tools that can give Tio something to be concerned about. Not saying it's going to be a bad thing. Not saying it's going to be detrimental. Not saying it's going to be this brother goes out of his way and just blows this fight out the water. And we see Barboza absolutely outclass Tio the Kingdom Come. But don't be surprised if this is the type of fight that we may expect. I'm picking Teofimo Lopez to beat the likes of Barboza. I'm picking him to win by unanimous decision. I don't know if it's going to be by a knockout because, similar to Canelo, the power that we've seen from the likes of Teofimo Lopez, though it's there, we know it's there, haven't seen it on the same level of display as we normally are used to. Hence, that's the case. Now, might not be in the same canvas finishing fashion. Opponent on the floor, count to 10 and ref stoppage. Might not be that. Still, it's going to be interesting. Still, I expect this to be a show of the best version of Teofimo Lopez. With him and his new trainers, not just his father, all helping him be the best that he can be. We should expect to see the best version of Tio that we've seen in a long time, if not ever. Again, training with Eddie Reynosos, I believe he's training with Eddie Reynosos, along with his dad, looks to be that if this works out like I think it's going to work out, I've been saying this for a while, those two styles will blend together and make Tio into a real machine in this division at 140. Or 140, 140, 140, 140. Yeah, he's 140 pound champion. Yep, 140. So we're going to have to wait and see. I'm excited. I'm interested. I'm very much intrigued, and I want to see how this goes. And I can't wait for this weekend. Don't get it twisted. Absolutely. And also, don't forget, we also got one more. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. Don't forget, that's not the only thing that we got on the night. We also got at the is it Saturday? Is it Saturday? We also got on Saturday in the States. We got Inoue, the monster, makes his way all the way down to, shoot, I forget the city. I forget the city. But just know he's here, and we are going to be able to see an audience of many witness the greatness of one in Inoue versus Cardenas. And hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. And what we expect to be an absolute barn burner of an event that will be a showcase of Inoue as what I've been saying for the longest time, which is the most, the best pure boxer that this place has to offer. This man, yes, he's not pound for pound number one. He's close. Number two on my list. Been number one for a minute. I'll keep flip-flopping even now. But he's not the best outright pound for pound at this point in time. Oh, gosh, there is a road that he's going to be able to take that he can get there. Because we expect him to beat Cardenas. And again, Inoue is a brother who is powerful, strong, very much, not just a threat, but is the most, we can argue, no, not even an argument, but this is the most complete boxer that we got in the world today, who's been on a tear at one of the best divisions that we've seen in boxing, who has continually, without fail, let his presence be known with his skill, with his talent, and with his genuine ethic, work ethic, to take on the best of the best that is available. We've seen some people have some concerns. Oh, he's avoiding some people. Oh, he's avoiding Ahmad Ali, or MJ, as people like to call him. He's avoiding what's the other brother? Starts with a C. I can't. Is it not Conceição? I forget his name. There's some brother that the people been saying he's been avoiding for 2 years, over 2 years. Excuse me. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember his name. But he is one of the reasons why people try to detract from his legacy. This man is taking on every challenge step by step by step. This is the potential start of a 3-fight run that will be not incredible if it does take place, which would be Cardenas, Ahmad Ali, and then Junto Nakatani. and then moving up to 126 and fighting Nick Ball afterwards. That's the trajectory right now that we're seeing for Inoue, if he does indeed come and win against the likes of Cardenas this weekend. And I expect for that to happen. Full floors, full stop. I expect it to happen. And I expect to see the likes of Inoue come through and be done. Be diligent. Be poised and proper like he always is. Showboating like we always see him do every time he steps in the ring with a threat. And they come through and just overwhelm Cardenas with presence and power. The sheer weight of him being in the ring is enough to make people already lose what their ability is. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that for just about anybody. He's one of those few people that have that type of ability in them. This is a different beast of a fighter that I've continued to say is going to be on the road. Regardless of whether he wins, whether he loses, whether he goes undefeated or not. This man is going to be one of the greatest that we have seen in this sport. Regardless of weight class and regardless of era. I have never seen somebody this close to perfection in my life as a boxer, outside of only a few. I mean a very few. We're talking about Roy Jones Jr. We're talking about Sugar Ray Robinson. We're talking about, shoot, if you want to say Sugar Ray Leonard, we can go there too. But of all the greats that we've seen come through this sport, he's quickly making himself one of the best I've ever seen. And Cardenas is going to be a witness in the ring to exactly why we have Inoue as that much of a dominant savant of a boxer. There's almost no equal. No, there is no equal. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. There is no equal. There is no equal. Yes, he's not pound for pound number one. Completely understand. I give that moniker to Usyk for right now. But as a boxer, he's the best. For me, he's the best. For me, he is the best. The one. From a talent perspective, this man is the king of the sport in my estimation. Better than Tank, better than Shakur, better than Haney, Ryan, Usyk, Fury, AJ, Canelo, Crawford. All of them. I'm telling you, this is turning into one of the greatest peaks I've ever seen in boxing, one of the greatest careers as it continues to unfold. And if he keeps moving up like we know he can, if he fights off against Cardenas, beats him, Akmadali, which is already being talked about and I think just about agreed upon, beats him, Nakatani next year and beats him, knocks him out, and then moves up to 126 and fights Nick Ball, or even Fulton, who's now a champion, and beats both of them, hypothetically, oh gosh, we're going into dangerous territory. We're going into dangerous territory from the standpoint of greatness. Oh, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be phenomenal. Anyway, Inoue versus MJ is set for September 14th. Confirmed by Eddie Hunter. Okay, all right now. Hey. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's what we want, which is great. So we got 2 of the 3 fights that we've been waiting on. And Nakatani and Inoue have already agreed that they want to get their fight on sooner rather than later. And I kept on telling you all, Nakatani has said he wants to fight 2 more times at 120 before moving up to 122. He just had his second fight there. Now, 122 is his next step. If he ain't got 1 more fight that's already agreed upon, 122 is his next step. If he does, then that's the last fight he's having at 120. And he's moving up. It's happening. It's happening. Right before our eyes, it's happening. And I'm waiting on this so long. MJ might give problems. He might. I'm not saying you won't. I'm not saying you won't at all. He's a dangerous fighter. Absolutely. Incredibly. Good gosh. Incredibly strong. Incredibly powerful. But I think he's outmatched technically. So much so that physicality won't be able to make a difference, in my estimation. So I'm sorry. That's my favorite fighter. Now, I try not to play favorites. I don't. I try to be as unbiased and objective as possible. Objectively, I'm saying all of this. Or excuse me, for my fanboy in me, I'm saying all of this. But objectively, without bias, I'm still saying all of this. It's not changing. It's not. The buddy's just that good. He's just that good. That was the same energy that William Scull did the stinky leg throughout the whole fight and was still wild from a guy that for a belt to fight Canelo. Now, yeah, like I said, it's controversial that fight with Vladimir that he did win, but I don't think he should have won. And I think that the other brother was robbed. And it should be him that's the champion, not Scull. Hence why, especially with that fight, it's gonna be a bad night for Scull. His buddy gonna be put to sleep. I'm sorry, but Virgil can get. Hold on. I'm sorry, but Virgil can get it too. He was beat pillar to the post, and they robbed Bochuk for that win too. Now I see. Y'all know we talked about this before. I keep going back and forth with that fight. I keep saying that Virgil deserved it, and then I'll say, well, I get Bochuk because the brother, they both put a beating on each other so bad. I'm still, to this day, I'm still up in the air every time I watch that fight for who won and who lost. But I respect it, no question. Bochuk is tough for anybody at 154, no question about it. I don't see anybody from 122 down beating anyway. Junto versus Bam is the best fight, is the fight I'd rather see actually. Now, So here's my thing. Bam versus Junto is incredible. But Junto versus Inoue, I think would be more competitive at this point in time. Now, I say that because Junto is already a big man at 120. He is. And the power, as we've seen so many times, translates up. It translates up a lot. I mean, it's about finishing people 3-4 rounds with body shots consistently. It's ridiculous. That left hand is lethal. That left hand is lethal. That left hand is something to be serious, man. That left hand is a monster. So the power at 122, I think would be better equipped for somebody like an Inoue to be able to have a very good fight against. Especially with, again, the technical ability that both of them have. It's phenomenal. They outclass each other at such a high degree. And they've been on each other's radars for so long. From the standpoint of it's coming. We're waiting. We want it to happen. That is the fight to make. One of the biggest all-Japanese wars that the world has ever witnessed. From two of some of the biggest stars that country has ever seen in a media age that has helped to foster the imagination of fans around Japan and around the globe to unprecedented heights. This, in my opinion, this might be the biggest fight in that country's history. And I don't say that lightly at all. I don't say that lightly at all. This would be up there. It may not be the biggest. Sure, it will be up there. It will be up there. It will be so much up there that it will be hard for anything to top it, in my estimation, from both fan intrigue and from the revenue, if you want to go business side. So I would think, yeah, I want to see all three go through the gauntlet with each other. No question. Absolutely. Bam's young. He's moving up. He's going to get to 120 eventually. But it might hit a growth spurt real quick and move up from 120 to 122 in a heartbeat. Literally in a heartbeat. Because he's still so incredibly young. And PBC doesn't use the brother. For some odd reason, PBC don't use the man. Don't ink the buddy. And in fact, the buddy just got announced for a fight right now to the Bam. We want to keep with the trend of Ben Rodriguez and that whole triangle of greatness with Bam, Inoue, and Junto. Ben Rodriguez just got a fight announced yesterday against Fumela Kafu? Fumela Kafu for July 19th. It's a unification fight. WBO and WBA title. If you're just listening now, news broke yesterday. Bam Rodriguez, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, one of the biggest rising stars in the boxing world. Pound for pound, one of the best 10 boxers that the world has to offer today, is in a unification fight for the WBO and WBC championships at 118 pounds on July 19th against Fumela Kafu. It's happening. Should have been sooner. Shoot, the brother should have been already fighting, 3 times? Honestly, with how he fights, but he could fight 3 times this year. 4 already, if he wanted to. But the promotion ain't pushing that brother like they need to. But hey, all of them fighting this summer. I believe they all getting down this summer. And so it's going to be, hey, I'm telling you, this summer's going to be something to remember. No question about it. But let's see. Ryan versus Conor Ben would be fun to watch too. Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, that'd be really fun. Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, shoot. That would be, oh my gosh, that'd be fun. Oh, that'd be fireworks galore. My goodness. Shoot. Oh, that'd be a great fight. That would be a phenomenal fight. I still want to see Eubank versus Conor Ben in a rematch first. That fight's my number one priority for when it comes to Conor Ben in any scenario. But if we can make that happen, oh gosh, that'd be so much fun. That would be incredible. Still being funny loud. Still being funny and loud. Remind you how Boo Boo was trying hard to be funny and not take the fight seriously and paid for it. Yeah. Now, I will say this, with how we've seen T.O. before versus how we've seen T.O. now, this might be good because being this outlandish from the state that he used to be, from the standpoint of questioning himself, and even when his words were spoken, wasn't the confidence that it used to be, this might be good. It could be, but it could also be bad. And potentially, yeah, he ain't taking my brothers serious. Either way, we're going to find out come this weekend. No question about it. Rusty Cage, what's up with you? Thanks for tuning in to the show. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. And appreciate you all for coming through on the show today. Also, if you would, if you haven't already, leave a like on the stream, if you please. Go ahead. We already got the comments coming. We already got the love in the air, the fervor and the fire, the energy and effort of this grand affair. That is the Welch Report with me, your host, Jean-Luc Welch, coming at you every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and every podcasting platform imaginable. But right now, I'm here with you, talking about the world of boxing and the whole weekend of events that are coming about with Inoue, with Ryan, with Haney, with Tio, with Canelo. All that's happening. Gosh, that's a jam-packed week. And I think we got still more to cover. And let me see, let me make sure I ain't got, oh yeah. Still, some more stuff in the world of the boxing. Actually, before I do, I'm going to ask y'all this. Do y'all want to go to championship rounds now? And we talk about boxing there and just seamlessly blend into everything else? Or do you want to keep it separate and we do the boxing first and then go into the championship rounds and have it to where, okay, now y'all can expound like you want to expound on? We've covered just about all the other mega fights, all the big fights. So there got some small fights that we can cover and talk about also, like with the Canelo card. We'll talk about Badu Jack. We'll talk about Coley versus F.A. Jogba that I've been waiting on for the longest time. All of that we can discuss. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. The clock starts now. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to figure out if y'all want to go championship rounds now or y'all want to go strictly finish off the boxing card and then go into the championship rounds for anything and everything else. Because I'm telling you, boy, we've been running ragged. In fact, let me, while you all are chatting in the comments of what you would like to have to happen first, let me get something to drink. Because my goodness, my gosh, I have been talking so much. I'm about to see, what's that movie? I'm about to see Thunderbolts this weekend. I need to see that Sinners movie with Ryan Coogler. Cause brother, that seems like to be the best thing since sliced bread. That might be this year's Get Out. In terms of like a very culturally incredible movie. I need to see it all. I'm going to see Thunderbolts though. Supposed to be the best movie since Endgame. But regardless of which, I'll give y'all my follow-up on that later on. I think it'll be better than Captain America, the most recent Captain America. Though that one was still good. It was good. I watched it again. It was good. Okay, it was good. Unpopular opinion, but it was good. In regards to which, we'll talk about that later on next week. But again, real quick, championship rounds or keep with boxing? What do y'all want? In fact, you know what? I'll just make the decision already. We might as well do it. We already, an hour 19 into the show. Good gosh, it's only hour 19? Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Never mind. Is it only an hour 19? Okay, more boxing, more boxing. Okay, more boxing. All right, I guess we're gonna keep with it. We gonna. Oh boy, I got a lot on the docket, so we can talk about whatever. But if we want to do more boxing, we will give the people what you want. Cause gosh, we only at hour 22. Shoot, we making record time. Normally we hear normally we hear a lot longer. This is when I got a lot to cover. Hey, I can be efficient when I want to. I can be when I try. I can be efficient and effective. I can get this whole show done in an hour 30 if I really wanted to. But I like spending time with y'all. So yeah, we're gonna keep it locked. We're gonna keep it rolling. So since that's the case, hey, we're gonna keep with boxing. So hey, let's delve back into the world of let's delve back into the world of boxing. So let's step into the ring one more time, shall we? Hey, might as well. Let's continue with the foray of the boxing world. Rusty Cage, I know you missed some stuff. You got anything? If there's any topics you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But while you're getting them together, let's talk about some of the other fights that are happening this weekend on the undercard of the likes of this whole weekend across the cities for boxing, like with Martin McCauley versus F.A. Ajagba. And that's a fight that we've all been waiting to see for the longest time. Now, we know there's been some bad taste left in people's mouths from F.A. Ajagba and from the likes of Martin McCauley. Of course, we know F.A. Ajagba, a brother who has been on the rise of being a real heavyweight contender. However, got beat by Frank Sanchez. Let me make sure I got that. Let me make sure I got that right, so I'm not giving you any bad information. Come on, there we go. Let me see. Hold on. We moving. Yep. F.A. Ajagba 20-1, 14 KOs, ranked currently. I don't know why it says he's ranked. He's inactive. Getting ready to fight Martin McCauley on Saturday on the undercard of Canelo's fight. And this is going to be a situation where the last time he faced off against a real contending heavyweight, brother got stopped. Brother got not stopped, but he got beat. Or he got knocked down, and got beat unanimously by Frank Sanchez in a very fundamental display. While Frank Sanchez was on the rise of the heavyweight regime, looking to be one of the top 10 heavyweights in the world before ultimately got beat again, then got dropped, then that never was the same. But regardless of which, F.A. now looking to make his research against another very dangerous, very capable, very much fan-friendly Martin McCauley. That's right. The Tabajello is back. The man, the behemoth, the barrel, I don't know what you want to call him. The smiling rock, because the brother's just built, or excuse me, the smiling boulder. You can call him that, because the brother's built like a little ball of just limbs and mass. But he's so fun to watch. He's so exciting to watch. 21-2. Again, those two losses coming from early, one loss coming from early in his career against the likes of Michael Hunter, and then most recently lost against Joseph Parker, who, mind you, took the fight on short notice. Understand? Wasn't able to get full, I believe wasn't able to get a full camp, flew in 2 days before, brother was still big, but it didn't work for one round. But hey, he did some good work with that one round. But Joseph Parker was in a nightmare. Oh yeah, it just slapping punches that would just come in, effortless, anywhere and everywhere, just with the greatest of ease, just throwing whatever you wanted, and it was landed, and it was but Coley, but the ball started rolling, and then the ball got rocked, and the brother started doing it did a dance of his own, all the way down to the mat. It's not funny. He was okay. But his body, his mind was like, I'm here. But his body said it's time to dance. And they danced all the way to the floor. And he couldn't get back up. Thankfully he was okay. Corner stopped the fight. Didn't want to waste any excess damage due to taking the fight on short notice. Now we get a Bacoli with a full training camp, and it's going to be two of some of the heaviest punchers in the division going at it against each other. And this is going to be a situation where I can't wait to see Martin Bacoli go and put out F.A. Ajagba out of his misery. Yes, sir. Now, I'm not saying I want F.A. Ajagba. I don't want anything bad happening to F.A. Ajagba. No, I don't. Truly, I don't. Want anybody to be safe? Get home? Absolutely. When I say put him out of his misery, I'm saying that I've gotten sick and tired of seeing F.A. Ajagba consistently in those top ranks of the heavyweight standings. From the standpoint of, he is a competitive threat. He is strong. He is somebody that can give people a lot of people some trouble. I don't value him highly as a boxer in the heavyweight division from a contending standpoint. He is too stiff. He is too rigid, he is too rudimentary, and he is consistently able to get beat. If somebody can be able to use some hand speed and give him some real trouble, or use some angles like the likes of Frank Sanchez. So against Martin Bacoli, who is again, yes, he ain't got the best feet, but the buddy's got two things at his disposal. Though, yeah, he can be knocked down. He got a chin, and he's got weight, and he's got power, and he's got some hand speed. Specifically that hand speed. That hand speed is going to be the biggest thing if we see Bacoli win. That's going to be the biggest reason why he wins. Because that hand speed clears F.A. Ajagba. Clears him. And he can do it for 12 rounds. If he just leans on F.A. Ajagba. If this brother Bacoli goes in and clinches up for the first 6 rounds and does nothing else, we're just trying to hold on, he'll have F.A. Ajagba dead to rights. If he really wanted to go that route. That massive ball of just weight. That all-encompassing entity of just size and power. He has everything he needs to beat F.A. Ajagba. He does. F.A.'s got a good jab. He's got a great right hand. He's got power in both hands. He can go to the body and to the head. He's not a bad combination puncher. No, he is not. To the F.A. Ajagba, we know this. I've seen this. He's physically imposing. He's able to keep his cool. He's got a lot of things going for him, but my goodness, man. The brother isn't waiting to get hit. He really is. And Bacoli can overwhelm him with his hand speed and endless volume and the effortlessness at which he can throw. Arm punches alone that can reach you. Again, this brother's looking like, who is that? Who is that dude? Who is that dude? Who is that dude? Dang it. Hold on. Wait a minute. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I know what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is who he's built like. Where's it? Let me pull it up for you. I'm gonna show you exactly who he's built like. Let me see. He's built like King K. Rool in terms of Martin Bacoli. Literally, that is who he is built like. And I don't say it in a bad way. I'm saying he's built like King K. Rool from the standpoint of his ability to just, it's a wall of mass. And his arms come down to his doggone knees. Yet he's so big and tall. But he's so tough and so durable. And he can reach you from anywhere. Literally, that's what he's built like. And it works to perfection. And against F.A. Ajagba, with the physical capabilities that he's also got at his disposal, he should be able to knock out F.A. Ajagba. He should. I'm not saying F.A. can't knock him out. He can. He's got one of the most devastating knockouts I've seen in the heavyweight division. What was it? Was it 18? Somewhere around that time? When he put that buddy out and he fell down like Yamcha. When he got blew up by a Cyberman. It was bad. It was really bad. I'm telling you. I've never liked F.A. Ajagba because I know he can't get beat if you can either move or if you can take the punishment and overwhelm him. Bacoli's got that ability. And I think Bacoli's a better fighter outright. So because of that, I want to see this man get it done. Come on, Bacoli. This is purely fanboyism. I do think he's actually better. but purely me being a fanboy. Come on, Macaulay. Come on, brother. Get it done. Use that power. Ever dance on your enemy. Make it happen. I want to see this brother dancing and wobbling in the ring. Like he had a family reunion. That's what I want to see this brother doing by the end of the night. I want to see that happen. My gosh, it's gonna be great, and I can't wait to see it. But let me see what the chat has to say. I don't want to ignore what's going on. More boxing. I'm here. I just got here. Absolutely. I'm intrigued with Rafael Espinoza versus Edward Vasquez. Ooh, that is a good fight. Oh, that's a good fight. That's a really good fight. Oh, I gotta think about that. Ooh, I gotta think about who wins that one. I'm gonna come back to that. I gotta think about who wins this one. My opinion, Vasquez was Rod versus Ford, and Cordina, he's legit. He is legit. That's the thing. This is close because I know Vasquez. Like that brother good. That brother's good. Don't let the record fool you. That man is good. I might just pick him to beat. I might just pick him to beat him. It might be considered an upset, but brother, Vasquez is good. Like, that brother is good. He's great. You could argue he's great. Or he's borderline great. He's right there from when I watch him. And yeah, him against Ford, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong about it. You ain't wrong about that fight potentially being a robbery. Yeah, you ain't wrong. It ain't so much. That ain't too far-fetched. That's a good fight. See, that's a good fight. For the sake of it, I'll pick Vasquez to win. For the sake of it, I'll pick Vasquez to win. I know how good Espinoza is, no question about it. But I'll pick him to win. By a split decision. I think that's going to be a close fight. We're going to see. The ball feels like a G too. Look, okay. He's short. He's stocky. All the power's condensed into a very small physique. He's bursting at the seams because he's just so it's like everything. He's just a block. Like he's built like a Lego, not in a bad way, but he's built like a Lego because everything's so. Like, it's small and compact, but it's so robust in its build. But it's powerful. It's so powerful. My gosh. It is so powerful. Okay, you see, Ford should have lost that one. You right about that? And let's see. But he trying to hype up the guy like Jared Anderson. Like, they are? Now, are you talking about Ford or are you talking about a Jogba? Are you talking about Ford or are you talking about a Jogba? I think you might be talking about if you're talking about both, I can see it. If you're talking about a Jogba, they were trying to. I don't know, they might have fell off a little bit. If you're talking about Ford is still good. Yes, in fact, his last fight, it wasn't bad in his last fight. It's just like, I think there is still some growth that he needs to be. Or he needs to have. He's still young. All these people, most of these cats that we talk about are still young. They haven't peaked in terms of what they can turn into. And so it ain't bad. It's not bad. He isn't bad. It's just, I will say the expedited nature of his talent, I feel should be a little further along than it is right now. But again, that's a whole other conversation that we can jump into later. Is Munguia fighting still on the undercard? Yes, indeed. He is. Munguia versus Saras is another fight that is indeed happening on the card. And we have covered that before. I think we covered that in full before. We'll do it again real quick. Munguia got knocked out by Bruno Saras in a fight that he was dominating. One clean counter. Put that brother to sleep. I mean, stiff as a board, comatose. Oh, it was bad. It was really bad. And now he's out for revenge. We need to see this man show that he learned anything, and I mean anything, from what he did in his fight with Canelo. It was supposed to be a lesson that helps you improve. In fact, he was training with Canelo in preparation for this fight with Bruno Saras in a rematch. So now we expect to see a complete dominating affair from the likes of Munguia the second time around. But we don't know. We don't know. Because Munguia's nature may not let him be able to improve like he should due to him, though he's young, though he's, again, been in the ring with some of the best in the world. He's got to learn, one, to finish the food that he's eating. And two, don't be so greedy that you forego everything that you need to do to be responsible. Can't let that happen. Because if you do, Saras ain't going to be the only one that's going to put you to sleep. It'll be a lot of people. And we don't want to see that star, who is indeed an exciting fighter, potentially get quelled because of upsets like this that happen potentially 2 times in a row. Which, would it even be considered an upset since he got knocked out by Saras the first time? Or would it be an upset if Bruno won the second time? Most likely it would be people expect for him to win. I expect for Munguia to win. We're going to see if Munguia actually lives up to that expectation. But he is fighting. It's going to be exciting. And somebody might go to sleep. And it might not be Saras, genuinely, but we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. The reason why I asked is because it was brought up in Ryan's interview, and he said it too. Yes, they are fighting on the. In fact, I'll check right now. Let's do some live fight right now. Question is, which undercard is he under? Which undercard is it that he is under? Here we go. Yep, let me bring it up right now. Hold on. Do the old whatchamacallit? The old thing that we always do, which is bring up the old picture and yep, picture in picture. Here you go. Let's see what the official internet readings have to say about what this undercard is going to be. And it is, as you can see, Jaime Munguia versus Bruno Saras are going to be in the co-main event. Oh, good gosh. My goodness. Wait, hold on. There we go. Jaime Munguia versus Bruno Saras will be the co-main event of the evening. Before that, FA versus Bacoli, Badu Jack versus Naoya. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. And then Marco Verda versus Michael Polona. And then, as you can see, it's a big card with some. That's not a bad card. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what we got. So he is fighting. He is indeed gonna be on the essentially the co-main, the fight before the fight, the fight before the biggest occasion. Oh, it's gonna be exciting, and I can't wait to see it. Chavez Jr. is gonna beat Jake Paul. Oh gosh, dang it, shoot. That's what y'all want to talk about. That's what y'all want to discuss. Doggone it. That's what y'all want to discuss? Oh, Lord. You know what? We'll do it. Well, you know what? We might just do that for the championship rounds. And we get ready. Also, somebody's here. Who's it? Yo, Jason Radcliffe, what's good with you? How you doing? Hi, thanks for tuning in and listening to the show. We getting ready to jump into I'm sorry. Somebody said I'm in the multiverse because that's that screen. I didn't mean to bring up the YouTube studio thing. But it got me watching me. That's, oh gosh, yeah, that was a trip. That was a trip. But we're getting ready to go do championship rounds right now. So get your questions ready. Let me just go through these last chats real quick, and then we can keep on talking about anything and everything. Like this, the background story of Sinners is better. The true story. See, I need to read up on it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I need to see it. Doggone it. This is why I want to see the movie, because it's such a good movie. Are you a betting man? Vasquez upset paying good. I don't bet, but I would assume if you did, you should pick Vasquez. You should pick Vasquez. If you were going to be smart with your money, put it on both. And then put extra on Vasquez due to understanding that the upset is not so much, if you know Vasquez, that is not an upset that is so far-fetched as odds makers may have it be. Because that's it. Everybody ain't a hardcore savant. No disrespect. The casuals, hardcore, we love them all the same. People that don't know nothing about the sport, we love them all the same. We want them here so they can learn and they can enjoy and they can have some fun with us right here on the World Triple. Absolutely. But, hey, if you work on a bet, it ain't bad to put it on Vasquez, hey, if you know him, you know that Espinosa, it's gonna be a hard night. It's gonna be a hard night for him. And I'm a bet man, and I always pick the wrong guy. Well, then you know what that means. That's a sign. You know, that's your call to action. That, sir, you may need to take a you may need to take a break. You may need to take some time and reevaluate where you opt to spend your money. Okay, no shade. No shade. But for the betterment of you, it may be a sign that there may be some things you need to look back on. It's like, you know what? Maybe I'm losing because this is telling me something. Somebody's telling me something that I may need to step away. So I stop betting. See, you took the side. See, you're listening. That's good. You took the warning, and you made a change. That's what we all need to do. We applaud you for it. Absolutely. Oh boy, I've lost faith in Junior. Now, Chavez Jr., if we're talking about Chavez Jr. versus Jake Paul, and you know what? In fact, we're going to jump into that right now. We're going to jump into that right now. We're going to do that. Shoot. Nope. We're still in the boxing segment. My bad. Almost lost track. Still in the boxing segment. Jason, we're getting ready to go into the championship rounds in a few minutes. We are. We're still in the boxing segment. We got a lot to cover. Ain't a lot to cover in the world of boxing right now. We're going to get to the championship rounds in a little bit. Trust me. I promise you. Right now, we got to talk about quickly. I don't want to talk about it. But my gosh. Oh, and you love basketball? Oh, you love Martin McCauley. My bad. I read the thing. I love Martin McCauley. I love him too. Can't wait to see him fight. I expect him to fight against knockout F.A. Ajagba. If he doesn't, well, it's going to be bad. If he does, sky's the limit. Put him in a championship fight right now. Shoot. Make him cut in front of the line. I want to see him versus Usyk. I want to see him versus Tyson Fury. Just because. The boat is just fun to watch. I love him. Absolutely. Just like you. But let me see. So I'm not wasting time. Excuse me. Me too, but the whole boxing community is rooting for him. Even Canelo rooting for Junior to stay dedicated and beat Jake Paul. See, this is all right. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. I really don't like this. I don't like talking about Jake Paul anymore. I hate it when he fought against Mike Tyson. It hurt me to the core. Now, we have to discuss it. So let's discuss it. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a fight that, again, you could look at it as a mismatch. Yes, Chavez was a world champion. Yes, he's been successful. Yes, he's trained literally his entire life to be in the boxing game. He has also been in rehab for upwards of a decade, just about upwards of a decade, in and out of recovering, being dedicated and not dedicated to the sport. Lost to Anderson Silva before, when Anderson was getting into becoming full-time boxing exhibition type of fighter. Not even a fully fledged version of Silva. And he's 160, and Jake Paul's fighting at 190. Last fight was fighting at heavyweight. Again, fighting somebody smaller than him, who has been in and out of the game, if not out of the game more than likely than anything, who has legitimately looked bad every single other time out that we've seen him fight. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating because dang it, we are looking for him to fight somebody at this stage in his career who is dedicated, who is at his weight class, and who has been training as much, if not more than him, on a consistent basis with the same or similar level of all-around care, just like he would have to do against any other normal boxer. That's what we're waiting on. This is not that type of fight. Isn't Jake Paul a lot bigger than Junior? Yes. Jake Paul fought at cruiserweight. He fought at heavyweight. He was 230 against Tyson. He was 190 in his last 2 fights, but he fought Mike Perry, who ain't got no business being in the boxing world. He fought Mike Perry coming in at 180. Last time he fought at 160 was doggone 3 years ago. He is an actual fighter. If it's full time now, we want to see him fight against somebody else who is full time. But we've already covered what the plan is. Fight, get people mad, get people upset, face people with accolades but not actual talent at this stage in their career, beat them, and then be able to go and say, hey, I did this. Get yourself hate watched into a championship fight, lose, and then leave the sport. That's literally what Jake Paul is trying to do. Because you want to know who really did it right? Vidal Ridley, a YouTuber who became a boxer, who was in the YouTube influencer circuit, boxing other YouTubers. Last weekend, he became the British Commonwealth champion at his division, legitimately. Like, actually won the title and is on the road to actually become a real world champion. He did it, going through the actual ringer of working his way up, fighting competition on a consistent basis, being active, and training all the time, and fighting competition at or above his level. And now he's a legitimate British Commonwealth champion. I believe it's a British Commonwealth Championship. That is not what Jake Paul is doing. Jake Paul is facing people that he knows he can beat by every metric from the standpoint of either size, skill, time, and or age. That is why he's taking this fight with Julio Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez, many people accompany him, or many people attach to him being a drug addict more than being a boxer because of what he's been through in his life. There's no commitment. There's no dedication. There is a complacency to just ride with doing nothing, and no urgency to have made something out of the success that you had garnered in your career at that point in time. It's been downhill ever since. This is a fight that, again, Jake Paul is supposed to win. It looks like a big fight, a competitive fight, but it is still skewed so far in his favor that it is not a real competitive affair. Even though it's Julio Cesar Chavez, who's had belts around his waist, who has been active or inactive only for 2 years, it's been so off and on, it might as well be 10 years outright without being in the ring. If he's dedicated, I want to say Chavez beats him. My gosh, I do, but at this point, brother, I don't know. Because Jake Paul is genuinely an actual boxer who's been training all the time. And I don't like it because he isn't facing off against people that's doing the same. And if they are doing the same, they're 55 years old. Tyson trains every day in the gym, legitimately. He is 57 years old by the time that fight actually happened. If you train a lot, you're too old to fight. If you don't train, you're young and you look good, but you can't fight at all. It's never an actual even playing field. And the one time it was with Tommy Fury, who was actually at the same level of boxing ability as Jake Paul, same age or similar age as Jake Paul, weight class that was close to what Jake Paul was fighting at. He got beat, outboxed, cleaned up. So I'm like, I hate it. I hate that he's in the sport. I love what he's doing for women's sports. Amanda Serrano vs. Katie Taylor 3 happening on Netflix. Going to be a phenomenal cap to a trilogy that's been absolutely incredible. Signing Alyssa Baumgardner, helping her stardom rise. I love that. I don't like the sport aspect of what he's doing as a fighter. Because he's still taking opportunities from people that deserve to be in that same level of spotlight, make that same level of money. And if you really want to prove yourself, fight those people. If you beat the people that deserve to be there, guess what? Now you deserve to be there. That validates you more than anything else. Buddy, you'll make more money. Are you kidding me? If you start beating people that boxing fans can like respect within your threshold, that's a whole new garner. That's a whole new grandeur of fandom you can have at your disposal. It'll turn from hate to respect. Right now, it's all hate. I hate it. I really do. And so I think Chavez, if he's actually dedicated fully, he should be able to beat him. Like, if he's legitimately going through the ringer for this fight, he should be able to beat Jake Paul. Because Jake Paul is not a good boxer. He's a boxer. He's not a good boxer. With all due respect, I completely disagree with Teddy Atlas. He is not a good boxer. He is not. He is not in the slightest. If you can move, you can win 50% of the battle with Jake Paul. If you can move, you can win 50% of the battle. If you know how to throw a punch, like legitimately, with some good technique, and understand counters, understand traps, even by a basic level, you can beat him. He's not great, but he's respectable enough. We need to face off against people that actually are on that level. And Chavez, we don't know what level he's at because we don't know how dedicated he is. So I can't even say that he'll win outright, which is frustrating because he should. But was gonna fight, but this cat was still gonna fight Tank. Of all people, Tank. Tank was gonna fight him. Tank was gonna fight this brother. Tank was gonna fight Jake Paul. If he had beaten Lamont Roach. The spectacle won't end. It's ridiculous. It is frustrating. I'm so sorry. And he's 40. Good, great. Shoot, I didn't know he was 40. I didn't realize he was 40. Dang it. Shoot. This ain't Arizona Lara that he's fighting against. Huh? This ain't Lara. This ain't the middleweight champion Lara, 40-year-old. This ain't Artur Beterbiev, who offered to fight Jake Paul. This ain't Daniel Dubois, who offered to fight Jake Paul for his title after he beat AJ. And Jake Paul ain't take it. Literally was gifted 2 opportunities from 2 of the best in the world, and he didn't take it. You know why? Because he only wants to do what's best to make the money and also to make a mockery of the sport. The more hate that you know you'll win, the more that you want to do it. I hate it. I can't stand it. But I know that's what he's doing. And that's why people are watching. And I can't stand it. My gosh, it irks me to the core so much. Yeah, he just pushing retirement last year. He is. He better not make a fool of himself. I'm telling you. He already made his dad very much disappointed with the last time he was there for a fight on a major setting. Had his hands in his head and everything. And I'm like, my goodness. It's like, shoot, man. I'm sorry. That saga just frustrates me so much. Everything about that fight frustrates me so much. I hate it. I really do. Truly, I do. But let me see. What else do people have to say on this show that we can see right now? Let's see. Did you see Oscar almost attack Bill Haney? I did see that in the press conference, brother. That was fun. Shoot. This is why I like WWE, because these type of moments you get all the time. This time it was real, and he was saying, "Hey, look, we can have a main event. We can have another main event right now. You and me go ahead inside the ring tomorrow." I was like, "Hey, let's make it happen. Come on, Bill. Come on, Oscar. With them implanted abs that you got, brother, you probably can take any body shot that Bill tries to throw down. We talk about how Wilder got metal in his fist, brother. Oscar got a dog guard. Oscar got a natural deterrent to any body shot. He can literally block. Oscar would only have to block high for the entirety of the fight. because he's got implants inside of his. He's got them ab implants. Oh, this must he gonna be a Stone Cold Killer. He gonna, this is what he gonna walk. He'll walk down. We will see. Oscar will walk down Bill Haney like Macaulay tried to walk down, like Macaulay walked down Jared Anderson, because he ain't gonna have to worry about nothing but the body. Or excuse me, he won't have to worry about the body at all. He'll walk in like this. That's all he'll do. Cause oh shoot, what he got? Doggone, he got them abs. Them abs in his stomach is like when Bret Hart had a metal plate on the inside of his jersey when Goldberg speared him in WCW. But he got a natural layer of protection, or excuse me, an unnatural layer of protection. Oh, that's funny. I would love to see that fight happen. They got some bad blood. That would be funny to see. But it added to the drama of the whole event. Seeing him like take off his jacket, I wish he had took it off fully. If Oscar's gonna go there, unbuttoning his stuff, he should have just gone full out. Been like, hey, all right, you really want these problems? We'll make it happen. But I'm still the golden boy. Don't let it fool you. You may think I'm crazy, but I'll still put you out. Let's go. I would love to see that happen. Getting closer. She trying to punch behind Phil Wade, who was in front of the camera or in front of the podium, talking and officiating, which, again, another phenomenal YouTuber I got to watch grow up into what we see him as now, hosting one of the biggest events in New York, one of the most anticipated fighting weekends of the entire year. Credit to him. Phenomenal. So congrats to you. Again, another person I aspire to look to reach that same threshold in all the sports, absolutely. But I'm telling you, if they, sometimes they'll have extra fights take place where, like it's like a last minute thing where they put somebody in. I forget what it's called. I know this is a term. That could be that. I'm not gonna shoot. I would like to see that lead off the night. I ain't gonna imagine that setting the tone for the entirety of the night. Oscar De La Hoya versus Bill Haney. Oh, that'd be funny. That'd be so funny. That'd be fun. But my gosh, that'd be funny. Hilarious. Hijinks would indeed ensue. But I think now we can finally go into the championship rounds, I believe. So again, Jason, I know you've been waiting. I know you've been asking. We can still talk about boxing, absolutely. But now we're opening up the floor to everybody else that wants to talk about anything else in the world of sports. So with all that being said, now it's time to go. It's time to shine. It's time to make the world your oyster and put the spotlight on the crowd. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is the championship rounds. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Let's make it happen. Make the show your own. It's time to shine and be sublime. Let's see what you got to talk about. Whatever comments, thoughts, opinions, debates, questions you want to have in the sports world, put it in the chat right now. We can have ourselves a time to fight, a time to talk, a time to debate, time to play. Don't matter. We're going to have ourselves a time, irregardless of which. If you want to talk about more about the weekend, about some things that you may think we haven't got to discuss, the mental aspect of Devin Haney. What is Ryan Garcia indeed potentially going to actually not have power because Austrian was that much of a legitimate factor? What if we see Rolly knock out Ryan Garcia? What would that do, buddy? What if Teofimo Lopez loses against Barboza? My gosh, what does that do for his career and his trajectory and the ups and downs we've seen for him going forward? Bacoli versus Jogba. If we do see Bacoli win and he doesn't get a fight with Usyk, would you like to see him fight against an Anthony Joshua? Him versus a Wilder. How do you think that fight will go? We got so many things. We got the NBA playoffs that we can discuss. Talking points about the Lakers getting bounced. Timberwolves moving on. Clippers and Nuggets having one of the best series of the entire night. In fact, I need to make sure that series hasn't ended. I've been trying to keep up with everything in the world of sports and beyond, so I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing from standpoints of brackets and beyond. Yep. Nuggets are up 3-2. Warriors are up 3-2. Knicks are up 3-2 on the Pistons. Magic are lost. They lost. They're out of the playoffs right now. We got a lot to discover, and we can talk about it all with you. So make this show your own. Let's see what you all got to say on the show. And let me see. Lakers, bye-bye. Yep. Well, it happened. My gosh. Lakers are gone. It's finished. Funny, the season is over. What looked to be one of the better comeback seasons from an absolute debacle. That was the underbelly of the utterly seething, terrible, ironclad, hand in his pocket rule. That was Darvin Ham. Now look to be a complete 180 with J.J. Redick. And now going from third in the Western Conference to bounce within the first round. My gosh, great day in the morning. And this was a game that they could have won last night. But everything went right for the Lakers to be able to win last night. Luka had 28. LeBron had 23, though it was on not really great efficiency. In fact, I think we look at the stats right now. I believe Reeves had 23. If not, he had 18. Let me make sure. Got my stats correctly. Yep. It was a situation where, where's it? Reeves had 12 points. Rui had 23. Looking like the most effective player on the night. LeBron had 22. Had spurts of, oh shoot, this better give it in his all. And other spurts of he just couldn't make a shot. Some people would say he was de factoing to just 3-pointers and jumpers instead of attacking the hoop like we normally like to see. Luka had 28, 7 and 9. Not really as efficient, but got to the line a whole bunch. And we look at the Timberwolves, but Anthony Edwards didn't even have 20. Ant had 15. Mike Conley had 8 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 9 points. But it was terrible. Anthony Edwards didn't make a 3 last night. J.D. McDaniels, from a 30-point explosion to only having 8 points and fouling out, playing on 18 minutes. Everything was built for this team and the Lakers to win. Naj Reid had 3 points on the entire night. And then along came the most dominant player in NBA history, Rudy Gobert. In a shocking turn of events that absolutely made all of us go agape in terms of our shock and awe. We saw, and I'm crying because I can't believe what I witnessed. We saw Rudy Gobert have one of the greatest nights of his entire career. The most impressive game that he's ever had, and he's won 4 Defensive Player of the Years. He's been to Western Conference Finals. He's gotten deep in the playoffs with likes of Donovan Mitchell. We saw this man put up 27 and 24, 27 points, 24 rebounds, 12 of 15 from the field. Was unstoppable on the inside. And small ball is supposed to be his biggest weakness. This buddy looked like Shaq. This man looked like Wilt. This man was looking like Hakeem, Bill, Domantas Sabonis, and Anthony Davis combined. This man was looking like the best center in the game. On that one night, looked nigh unstoppable. It was so out of left field that we saw Rudy Gobert all of a sudden become an actual potent offensive threat, along with still being a great defensive player. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? But I was so hot watching that game because I was like, there's no way that we see Rudy Gobert be the reason why this team is going to end LeBron and Luka's season. And lo and behold, him and Julius Randle became the greatest dynamic duo that Timberwolves have ever seen. Can you believe it? Julius Randle, 23 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, who has been averaging 23 points, I believe, for the entirety of this series. Has been playing great. And normally he's the crux of all the team's problems, as he was on the Knicks, which is why when he left that team, all of a sudden they were getting deep into the playoffs, and Jalen Brunson got to shine, DiVincenzo got to shine, Josh Hart got to shine, Mitchell Robinson got to shine, Malik Bridges got to shine. All because Randall wasn't there hogging the offensive load. Now all of a sudden he's playing like a well-oiled machine. 6'9", looking unstoppable in the post, hitting threes, getting to the lane, doing whatever he wants on a team that without Anthony Edwards playing great. Look like they ain't miss a beat from the standpoint of when it comes down to clutch time, we know what we need to do. Lakers, this is bad. This is really bad. The fact that they didn't play Jackson Hayes boggles my mind to kingdom come. Though we know J.J. Redick said he wasn't going to play him this game. Brother, when Rudy Gobert had 9 offensive rebounds, And when it got to a point where the Timberwolves had a 50 to 30 rebound advantage against them, there was no reason that we shouldn't have seen Jackson Hayes in the game afterwards. Alex Len, though we know Alex Len is a bum, all of that should have been, something had to be done. Because it wasn't working. And it never got done. If there was any point in time to show this Lakers team, they're good. Yes, they are. We saw this team many times cut this game to within 2. Take the lead, actually, off of sheer defensive aggression alone. We know they can do it. But, brother, they need a big man. They need a big man like a fish needs water. They need some size like grits need salt. I'm telling you, this team, they need a big, athletic, rebounding role player. They don't need a dominant interior force. They need a defensive-minded, rebounding-minded, athletically gifted, 6'11" to 7-foot behemoth that can just run the floor, play 30 to 36 minutes, and be able to be an offensive asset and a rebounding anchor that this team can rely on to stop second chance opportunities consistently happening across the board. This was so laughable. It was so laughable. From the standpoint of how do you not see this change need to be made? I'm sick. And but this could be LeBron's last season. Who knows? Not saying it's gonna happen, but my gosh, who knows at this point? Really, who knows? So I'll see.
Hey, look at this! We got some problems here! We got some problems here!
I hate Al Booger, I hate you. I hate you, Al Booger. Al Booger, brother, I hate you. I really do. I really do hate you. But you're not wrong. I hate you, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong in the slightest. They could have used Anthony Davis out there they could have used AD for all the stuff, all the moves that got made when we need the biggest thing that we needed was Anthony Davis to come in and help seal this game when the Lakers got the lead. I'm sick. And I know Nico Harris is sitting in the back of his press box, still with security surrounding his whole house, because the brother still is on watch, because people still have to get this man for trading away Luka. But my gosh, I know that he's having that oh so sly, that oh so hateable smirk that we know he's got inside of his house, saying, "See, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you what was going to happen? Did we not make the right decision?" This, I guarantee, and look, they didn't even make the playoffs, but I guarantee he's sitting back saying, "See, we made the right decision. I told y'all this was going to work out." I hate it. I despise it. All my heart and soul. But my gosh, you're right. They could have used him. They could have used him. They could have used him. They're still better from the standpoint of Luka is a better investment. But brother, I tell you, you don't know what you got till it's gone. You know, Anthony Davis, brother, you don't know what you got till you ain't got it. And this man, but we needed AD. They needed AD. Lakers needed AD. Hopefully in the offseason, they're able to sign somebody. Now, mind you, they are in a position to get some cap space. LeBron's reportedly, if he does play next season, which I think he is, he's going to take a pay cut. He's willing to take a pay, at least internally within the Lakers. Rumors are swirling. He's going to take a pay cut to help them get the pieces that they need. Pelinka now knows more than anything. But we still need a big man. You got Luka. That's great. We still need something to complete the roster. They make those moves and use that extra money they'll be able to get. This could be very good. And I also did say, if it doesn't happen this year, that they're complete. Next year, they're going to be built to be complete. Next year, they're going to be built to have everything that you need to be a true contending team out in the West. If it doesn't happen this year, it looks like we're going to see next year the real complete picture of what this Lakers squad is going to be. That's when we're going to come about it. We have to wait and see. My gosh, I tell you, Lakers fans, Lakers in 5. They were right. They were right. It was Lakers in 5. But it was Lakers in 5 going to what? 1, 2, 3. Cancun. That's where they're going. And yes. Or Galveston, Texas. If you want to get, if you want to go Chuck's route, Galveston, going to Galveston. That dirty water in Galveston. That's what either way. They're gonna be a lot of time for Luka to rehab that back and James to rehab that knee. Cause y'all gonna be home. Home. Not doing nothing else but sitting and watching the rest of the playoffs unfold. But I guarantee you, next season, it's gonna be even more dangerous. I promise you. It's gonna be a dangerous sight to see. I'm excited to see it, but we're gonna have to wait and see what changes emerge. And also, we got some other people getting knocked out of the playoffs, like with the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Milwaukee Bucks losing to the Pacers. And what was it, 5 games? Shoot. My gosh. That's gonna be a long drive home, and I guarantee you, first off, Halliburton's dad. But are you out of pocket? You were way out of pocket. You waving your son's banner in his face, talking down to literally cussing out Giannis to his face. But that man was actually in the Greek military before he came over here to the U.S. He could legitimately kill you. And he would have been in full right to stow off on you if he wanted to. And he's actually got the talent and the physique to do whatever he wanted to you. Whatever he wanted to you. That's a dangerous game. That's an out-of-pocket game because nobody else was even doing that on the side of the Indiana spectrum. Even Halliburton was like, yeah, you wrong. That was a very much out-of-pocket thing. But also on the flip side, Giannis might just be gone. Lifetime ban, no one in the crowd should be on the floor. And it's like, it's more than just being on the floor. Because we've seen, like, KD's parents come out on the floor. We've seen family come and celebrate with, their brother or whoever relative, friends of other players coming to celebrate with them. We've seen that before. But this goes a step over the line. This goes like, now you antagonizing, this ain't just, you celebrating because you part of the family of the team. Nah, you going, like you talking like you did something. Like you talking like you played. You talking like you were on the court contributing. But you were in the stands. But there was a ball that went your way. You couldn't catch it. You did nothing. You're talking this big. They're going to get, oh yeah. They probably won't ban him. And it's probably, but I guarantee he's on thin ice. If anything, at least Indiana's going to be like, hey, either you tone it down or we ain't going to have to have it no more. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks at least banned him outright. I wouldn't be surprised with that in the slightest because of that time in Ocean. Speaking of the Bucks outright, also, hold on, almost missed it. Al Booger, hometown of the great Jack Johnson. I don't know anything else about Galveston. Look, respect the city. Respect to Jack Johnson, absolutely. One of the pioneers, one of the greats of the entire history of this sport of boxing. No question. However, they do got some dirty water down in Galveston, Texas. Is it Galveston? I think it's Galveston, Texas. Hopefully I don't got the state wrong. But down in Galveston, it is known, home of Beyonce. My gosh, so please, Beehive, don't come at me. But y'all got some dirty water. You do got some dirty water. I can't lie about that. And real quick, Rusty Case, I see your thing, but one more thing I want to say about the Bucks thing before we get into your next comment. We could see Giannis now leave outright. and be gone. Because Dame ruptured his Achilles that series. They risked Dame coming back from a blood clot that Wemby wasn't even playing with, that retired Chris Bosh. Yes, it might have been a miraculous recovery, but too much of a threat to potentially have something go deadly wrong. And then on top of that, still he ruptured his Achilles and is out most likely for the rest of next season. Before we even got to see the full breadth of what we can see with a Dame and Giannis pairing. Yeah. There's been some inklings that Giannis has been wanting to go, looking for other teams. He got it done in the team he was drafted with. Now, this looks like it might be just like with LeBron when he left for Cleveland. When he left from Cleveland. Feeling eerily similar to that type of vibe going on again. Will it happen? I don't know, but hey, we're going to have to wait and see. Giannis to the Clippers, my wish. My gosh, that would be horrifying. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shoot. Kawhi and Giannis playing together with Zubac and Harden. Oh, yeah, that's deadly. I hope that don't happen. Oh, gosh, that'd be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare for the league to play against. Oh, that'd be horrible. That'd be so scary. That would be so scary. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. Brother, that would be horrifying. For the sake of the league, I hope that don't happen. But if it does happen, it will be interesting. And in fact, teams you need to look out for to get Giannis if he does leave. Dallas, San Antonio, the Nets, Houston. Yes, Houston, currently in the playoffs. Houston. LA, because we can't put anything out of LA getting something. And with LeBron taking a pay cut, they potentially have some room to potentially sign Giannis to more than just a one-year deal. Or potentially, if it is just a one-year deal, they can afford it. And then OKC, because they got the draft capital to make it worth the Nuggets or make it worth the Bucks' while. That if you do lose your franchise star, we can compensate you for everything that you would want and more to set you up for the future and still be good in ourselves. While still having Shea, Chet, Jalen Williams, trading away some of our other pieces, yes. But we got so much depth and so much capital. We can make that bet within a year or two. I'm telling you, OKC in every major pot that comes with trades and off-season moves and big-time names, they're in the thick of every single one. Every single one. Every single move. They're in the midst of the KD move as well. It can happen as well. It ain't out of the question. They got that much capital and that much play that they can do with their whole roster and still be a championship level contender. Oh, it's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. But those are the things you need to look out for when it comes to them being in the midst of the race for Giannis. That's really what it's about. Let's see. Thoughts on the Shador Stevens? Oh. Hold on. Shakur Stevenson or Shador Sanders? Verify. Because it's literally each side of the name can be wrong. Are you talking about Shador Sanders? Or you talking about Shakur Stevenson? Okay, Sanders. Okay, Sanders. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, wait a minute, I don't know which way to go with this because both of them have had some drama. and so I wasn't really sure which way to go. So, now you good. So, Shador Sanders, he got drafted to Cleveland Browns, 4th or 5th round, well below what he should have been. Dylan Gabriel from Oregon got drafted higher than him. Shoot, that one brother, not Dart. That one brother that had that viral combine clip of him missing the wide receiver clean fully on a slant route, throwing it into the media deck rather than throwing it to his receiver. He got drafted before him. This is a very bad situation because there's something fishy going around more than just, oh, he's not a good enough football player. But he had the highest completion percentage in the entirety of the FBS. In the entirety of the FBS. With a clean pocket, he was hitting 71% of his passes. with a clean pocket. He was hitting 71% of his passes. Still, he helped turn this team into a bowl game contender, into getting to a bowl game, into the Colorado. He was able to turn Jackson State into a bowl game contender, getting them to a championship. He's done it with multiple different programs. He's had 500-yard performances against some of the best teams in the nation. Remember, he beat TCU, who got to the national championship the year before that when they faced off against Colorado. Nebraska, Nevada, doesn't matter who. He's been able to put up consistent levels of individual play, regardless of the opponent. And this is with an O-line that's been bummy, scummy, that was absolutely horrid for the majority of his standing. And still he was able to put on those types of performances. This is somebody who was seen as a top 5 QB in the entirety of the draft. Some people had him top 3. The Steelers needed him. A couple of teams needed him. And clearly he was the best fit for them. And they picked somebody else. Whether it was an O-line, whether it was a receiver, whether it was a defensive end. All of whom are good, absolutely. But shouldn't have been drafted ahead of him in the first round, let alone in the 5th. Or the last day of drafting. There's no reason why Cleveland should have had Shedeur Sanders that available. There's no reason why Cleveland should have him outright due to the needs of the teams ahead of him. Again, pinpointing, but not only relegated to Steelers. And all this was because of drama. The drama that came around Shedeur Sanders. Let's not forget Johnny Manziel was a drama queen, a drama god. And the buddy didn't even study the playbooks in college. Yet he was picked top in the draft. Look, go watch the documentary. The buddy did not study any film in college. Was playing off of vibes and feels. And he was doing, and he got drafted. And didn't make no matter either. Was out partying, drinking, smoking, doing who knows what types of drugs. His words, not mine. Going through the ring of everything in college. Had a big show around him. His brand was bigger than some of the teams that were going into the sport, that were going to draft him. The circus was literally surrounding that brother, yet they had no problem taking him. We've seen this before with other people who have had media circuses around them, yet still teams have no problem taking them. It makes no sense. Deion Sanders, coming out of college, had a bunch of hype around him, just like his son, and teams had no problem taking him. The excuse of he brings too much to the table is not an excuse, because we've seen worse people bring more to the table and you take them regardless because they were the best option. And people want to say, oh, it's his personality. Oh, he acts haughty. Oh, he's not humble. Cam Ward is less humble than the likes of Shedeur Sanders. He is. Go watch his interviews. Go watch how he talks about himself. Buddy, he talks about how, like, yeah, the second I step on the floor, there ain't nobody, and I mean nobody, that's going to be able to beat us. Johnny Manziel, again, same way. Tim Tebow had a media circus around him when he got drafted. And people were complaining, maybe that buddy ain't going to be great QB. Now, different light, I understand, but still, same thing. The amount of eyes that was on him still let him get drafted. It makes Larry Tunsil had a whole scandal with him doing pot on, was it Instagram? Or a video got leaked from one of his inside people from his own camp to try to hurt his draft stock. But it still got taken, was it 13th, 15th? First round. Still got taken the first round. It still is one of the best blockers in the league today. So what do you mean that we see his outside drama or his father messes him up? It's ridiculous. It's a stupid excuse. We just saw it in NBA. LeVar Ball got LaMelo Ball and his son, LiAngelo Ball, drafted or got taken to the league. Respectfully, number 2 and number 3. And that brother was the loudest man that people could not stand. People hated LeVar Ball. People couldn't stand LeVar Ball. The man was going on every single media outlet saying, my son can beat Jordan. I can beat Jordan. I can beat Jordan in his prime. Now, going at Stephen A., calling Jason Whitlock fat, going at Colin Coward, all this stuff was a media frenzy in his own right. Literally outshined Lonzo Ball when he got drafted to the Lakers. Outshined him in every respect. Was the main reason why he got drafted at number 2. Was all the drama. Because he kept his son's name in the media. But even though many people said, we all hated it, even though many people said we can't stand it, even though many people said we're sick and tired of all this, of seeing LeVar Ball cash checks that his son's write checks that his son's gonna have to cash, even though we said all that. The brother still got drafted number 2. And people were saying we're tired of the drama. What is it about drama that really is the problem? This ain't drama. This ain't just a personal issue. Even people that were hating on Shedeur were saying, wait a minute now. Hold on a second. What do you mean the 5th round this man got picked? We can say he's not that good. We can say we think he's going to be a problem. We also are not stupid, and we know this man is indeed better than a 5th round pick at minimum. Even the haters were shocked at that level of low picking by the Cleveland Browns, by anybody for that matter. 3 days of this man not getting picked. 2nd round, okay, I can understand. You can make an argument. Last day, something's fishy. Something ain't right. Something is a problem. Either we don't know something that is legitimately terrible about Shedeur, and this man in interviews said something so egregious to every single team in the league that it was so horrid that they were like, we can't have this man on the books. We'll take him off our draft board. This man was so bad. Unless it's something like that, to where he said, hey, I slept with the owner's wife. Huh? Oh, I killed a man? What, you shot the interviewer? I don't know. Unless it's something that egregious that happened that got the whole of the league to say, we don't need you as a top pick. Hurting $50 million potentially. Either there is something legitimately bad that Shedeur has done that we don't know, that teams know. Or more likely, this is a very much out and out agenda for some odd reason that I still can't understand against like Shedeur Sanders. That absolutely does not make sense in the slightest. It doesn't make sense. And people are going to be real surprised. Because I guarantee you, Shedeur is too good to be a 5th rounder, let alone a backup for more than 2 years. Oh, he's going to get started. Somebody's going to need him. Somebody's going to want him. Somebody's going to have him. If it ain't Cleveland that keeps him, it's going to be somebody else. Promise you. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I really do. I really do. And I think we're going to see this man say, I don't know what y'all were thinking, but just like Lamar Jackson, when Lamar got picked last in the 1st round, for no good reason whatsoever, and he went on to win 2 MVPs, I'm not saying he's going to get to that level, but I am saying that this ain't going to be a situation where we're going to see this man flop. I truly don't believe it. I don't know why, but brother, it's sketchy. It's really sketchy. It's really sketchy, man. I'm telling you, this is one of the most baffling things I've ever witnessed. Genuinely. Even from a character standpoint, even if that, hypothetically, even if we say that's true, which I still don't know, even if we say that's true hypothetically, that his character was the problem. But we've seen worse characters get taken in the 1st round. Outright wife beaters, domestic violence abusers. We've seen Ray Lewis went to jail for murder, still got drafted. We've seen so many things that don't line up with why Shedeur dropped so low? Because he's outspoken, quote unquote, too much flash. His father gets in the way, yet we've seen more people do more stuff with less talent. From the standpoint of within themselves, they're not as good as Shador, yet they got drafted higher, and they were not as good as Shador. And they had their own drama and talent that should have been a red flag, yet it was okay. Something's up. Something's up. Something is up. I don't know what. Something's up. And it should not be the case. Should not be the case at all. It's a problem. Mega problem. Let me see. Flacco and Watson over Sanders. I hope he gets minutes. Joe Flacco and Deshaun Watson, though, again, Watson's had some major outside struggles. My gosh. As well as just in season, ain't playing great at all. He can learn a lot from Flacco, I think, more than, well, even though I think Flacco will be a better mentor than Watson. Because Watson's got a lot right now. Got a lot going on right now. He got a lot going on right now. Under both of them, I think, like with anything, he'll learn, he'll grow, and he'll show later on, yeah, I'm the QB of the future. He'll get some push. He'll get some run. He'll get some run, absolutely. Because the Browns don't want to have Joe Flacco, though, again, he's got a cannon of an arm. But again, cool boy Joe, he's still cool. But at this age, yeah, you need to look to the future. Watson, with all the scandal and the way that he played last season with the Browns, abysmal, especially going late into the year. Oh, gosh. Yeah, they don't want him starting. And with all the drama that he's had for the last, 3 years, yeah, they don't want him starting. So, learn. He'll grow. He'll get some minutes probably in the second half of the season, probably around games, 13, 14, maybe? Depending on how good or bad they are. Could be as late as the last game of the year, or it could be as soon as halfway through the season that they say, Shador, you're in it. Let's see what you got. But he'll get some minutes, he'll get some run, and he'll show exactly what he can do, I promise you. I'm almost assured. I'm so guaranteed that he'll be able to do it. No question in my mind, though, about that, so I'm excited for it. But, hey, anything else y'all want to discuss? Again, this is a mega show. We can talk about a lot. I do mean a lot of stuff. If you want to keep going with the show, we can talk about, if you want to, Bam Rodriguez versus Junto Nakatani. Who would win that fight, hypothetically, if that did happen at 120 pounds? Since we're still on the road of Canelo, we can talk about, again, more. Almost forgot. Dubois. Oh, shoot. I nearly forgot the whole thing. We got, I'm so sorry. The two people that are sticking around, thank you so much. If you're willing to stay with me, we can talk about Usyk versus Dubois, as well as Tyson Fury, because I completely had that on the docket, and I didn't get to discuss it like I wanted to. I might have to do it for the streams that we do for the entirety of the weekend. In fact, that might be the best thing. But we'll cover it right now because I said I was going to do it regardless of which. Let me quickly switch to, actually, no, I can go to picture right now because I said I was going to talk about it and I didn't get to, I was supposed to bring it up. Shoot, and I completely forgot because we were rolling with such good momentum. And we did say we would talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. So when the realm of Usyk versus Dubois, fight's official, fight's announced, roughly a month or so away. It's happening. Now when we got to see them two face off against each other, this was the reaction that we got to see between two of some of the heaviest hitters or some of the best boxers in the heavyweight division, as I pull it up right now for you to be able to see. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, you're walking to. Oh.
Pussy.
Oh.
Pussy.
Yeah. And if you see it, now, this is great. Now, this is good. This is phenomenal. This is exactly what we wanted to see from Daniel Dubois. Is it not? Is this not the level of aggression, the level of real fervor fire, energy that we've been waiting on for the longest time. When we look at the landscape of Daniel Dubois, we have been waiting to see this type of Daniel for oh so long. And like I said before, this is, also, Buster Kid, hold on, Buster Kid, Ultimate Warrior, hit the like on and subscribe. Yes, please do, absolutely. Again, we're going strong. We're going to be back also on, I guess, every day. This between now and Sunday. We're going to be covering I think we're going to do a show for every single fight this weekend. I'm excited for it. Absolutely. But yeah, leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Share with everybody. Join the empire if you haven't by subscribing to the show. Like the stream to make it so that it pushes to everybody around the globe. And if you would, please go check out the other stuff that we got going on. Hey, there's a lot of stuff that we talk about on the show. And we appreciate it. But thank you, Ultimate Warrior. But again, last thing that we got to cover for the show today, because I almost forgot. We are indeed looking to see Usyk versus Dubois, and this is the fervor and energy I want to see from Dubois. Remember, we talked about how he got in confidence after fighting against Usyk and losing. Then he beats Hrgovic. Then he knocks out AJ, becomes IBF champion. Now he's walking in that fervor of I'm the man. And this is what we want from the most dangerous version of Daniel Dubois. Now, I will say, while this is exactly what we're looking for from the standpoint of a dominant, scary, dedicated boxer that doesn't seem like the quit in him has been indeed pushed away. I do need to say this real quick. When we look at the shove, when we do look at the shove before we continue, I do need to say this as we take a second glance at it. The shove was a little bit slow, wasn't it? That was a little bit telegraph. I mean, look. I'm telling you. Hey, watch it. Watch this. You see? I'm not gonna lie. I love the aggression, but I saw that thing coming a mile away. I saw that push. I mean, it was so slow, and he still got it done. You know why? Because it was unexpected. Let me tell you, it was telegraphed. It was slow. It was easy, but it was like I was almost shocked that Usyk didn't see that coming. With how slowly he just brought his hands up. It was casual, but it was also like, hey, a lot big telegraph. And I was like, my God, that's the slowest push. That's the slowest push I've ever seen. But I'm gonna tell you this. You know why it was effective, though it was slow? It was because I almost lost my train of thought. It was effective, though it was slow, because of the fact that it was unexpected. Now that's important. Because it was unexpected, because now Usyk was not thinking that Dubois, this version of Dubois, was really this version of Dubois. Because this version of Dubois, we have been saying, looks like he is a different man. But many people, they don't believe it. But now, this Dubois is here to stay. The Dubois that said, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you are? When he talked to Anthony Joshua. The Dubois that walked down Hrgovic and ate right hands, left, right, and center. And see, soft, yeah, it looked soft and slow, but my gosh, it worked. It worked out great. And let's see, looks staged. I don't think it was staged. It looks fake because Usyk wasn't thinking that would ever happen. He had dealt with Dubois before, and Dubois wasn't like this at all. Dubois wasn't brash. Dubois wasn't outspoken. Dubois, did you hear what he was calling him? Brother, did you? I'll play it for you again. I'll play it for you again. And again, excuse the language. As I do need to say, excuse the language that comes about. We are family friendly. But excuse the language of what you're getting ready to hear. But as you can see, he wasn't talking like this before. Like, wait, let me rewind.
Ay. Pussy. Pussy.
He wasn't talking like that. Like, Dubois was not and has never talked like that before in his career. From the standpoint of how he normally operates. He's normally respectful, kind. Yeah, he wants to win, but he's like he's lovable. Now he's ruthless. He's mentally switched, which is good, which is so good. Because this is the Dubois that can actually beat Usyk. This is the Dubois that a jab by Usyk wouldn't be able to knock down. This is the Dubois that is indeed geared towards violence and aggression. And this is a Dubois that can actually be the boxer that we thought he could be all those years ago when he first blew up on the scene as one of the most powerful boxers in the heavyweight division. This is the Dubois that we were expecting to see. This is the Dubois that Jarrell Miller helped make. This is the Dubois that Jarrell Miller helped mold. Without that Jarrell Miller fight, we would not have gotten this Dubois. Without Jarrell Miller fighting against Dubois and taking him the distance in 12 or taking him to a 12-round war that Dubois had to dig deeper than he ever dug before, without that, he would not be the Dubois that we see now. He would. I'm telling you he would. He would have got knocked out by Hergovich. He would have got knocked out by AJ. If this Dubois had not evolved or had not emerged from the fight with Jarrell Miller, with all the smack talk, getting outclassed on the mic, getting made to look like a fool on the mic in public, getting pushed to an uncomfortable place by a brash, outspoken, and incredibly tough opponent, and forcing yourself to take a stand against that same brother in the ring. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have seen Dubois be who Dubois is now. That was the catalyst for this Dubois, a disrespectful Dubois, a brash Dubois, a Dubois who is able and willing to go to a place that he normally is out of his nature. But in fact, now this is his nature. He's still a good guy. He's still kind, smart, absolutely. But once he steps in the ring with an opponent versus opponent, he's not thinking anymore, I'm just here to win. Now he's thinking, I'm better than you. I can beat you. Even better, you can't beat me. There's a difference. There's a difference in saying I can beat you versus saying you can't beat me. I can beat you means there's a hill to climb, and I can climb that hill and conquer the mountain. You can't beat me means that I am the mountain. It means that I'm the mountain. You can't beat me means that I'm the mountain. I'm the wall. I am the hill to climb. I am the standard. And you are trying to reach me. I am the brass ring. You're climbing the ladder. I'm the man in the kitchen. You're waiting to see if you can cook like me. I am not the follower. I'm the leader. I am the man. And you are trying to get on my level. This is what Dubois, we have been waiting on Dubois to think like this, and now we are here. And dang it, this is exactly why this fight is going to be so exciting. This is why. Outside of the low blow, outside of the clean shot, whichever one you want to say is or is not the truth for that fight for Dubois, outside of the controversy, this is not the same man. Hence, this is not going to be the same fight, and that's going to be so exciting. Oh my gosh, that's going to be incredible. That's going to be enthralling. That's going to be exactly what we have been waiting on for Dubois to show himself as the best that he can be. This is the Dubois that is going to be one of the last two fights that Usyk has in his career. And this Dubois is going to be, if he fights like he's thinking, if he fights just like his mentality is right now, he will be one of the toughest tests that Usyk will have in his career. And I hope that's the case. I think Usyk will win. But, brother, I hope that's the case. But that's going to be a phenomenal, incredible fight. Oh, gosh, it'll be incredible. My goodness. That's so exciting. It's so good. It's so, wow, chef's kiss on the side of Daniel Dubois. No question. Let's see, who's your favorite boxer right now in history? Favorite boxer right now is Naoya Inoue, outright. Favorite boxer in history is Joe Frazier. Those are my two. Naoya Inoue right now is my favorite boxer in the present. And all time, my favorite boxer in history is Joe Frazier. No question in my mind about that. Appreciate the question. Let me see. Respectfully, are you handicapped? Yes, I am. I am disabled. And proudly, I got the sticker and everything. I can go through and park anywhere. Yeah, y'all can't do that. I can. Yeah, buddy. I can cut through any line. I can do whatever. And guess what? Can't nobody say a doggone thing about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh this ain't a hindrance. Oh, I got life on easy street. It's I'm just having fun. But yes, I am handicapped. I am disabled. I got a disability called arthrogryposis. It's kind of muscular thing that essentially makes your joints not be able to open up fully at all times. But hey, working, do training, help my parents, loved ones, we will make sure that I was work out, do what you got to do, so you can make sure you can still do what you need to do in life. Hey, that's why I am where I am now. So that's why I'm so fit and bulky right now. Why you think I got all this energy? Because, brother, this is what I do. I'm all about being active. Yes, indeed. Honestly, I need to get back in the gym. I need to start pumping that iron. Not just to feel good, but also, I want to look like Nick Ball, don't I? I want to look like a Lego, don't I? Ain't that what we're trying to be? So, but yes, I am. But it's okay. You can ask about it. It's no problem at all. Again, if I do this, hopefully I'll be an inspiration. Who knows what I'll be? All I know is I'm going to do what I don't care what I am or what I got. But I'm going to make this do what it do. Because I know I'm the baddest man in these YouTube streets and all of sports media. And I promise you this, can't nobody top what we making here. And I want to make sure that when you see me, you're going to see the best that you got. Mark my words understandably. So don't worry. No problems. No questions. You can ask it. We all love it. Absolutely. And I'm willing to teach you and help you grow and understand exactly why everybody's different, but we all can still achieve incredible greatness because we're all great on the inside. Though the exterior may look different. Oh, yeah, the interior. Oh, the heart, the mind, the soul. You are you. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, you are. Because you are you. There's only one like you. Can't nobody do what you do because you're you. And they can't be you. Hence, go and achieve everything that you know you can do. That's what you are. And that's what we know you can be. And hey, trying to live that out every day. No question about it. Hey, salute. Jean, subscribe. Hey, Soul Rebel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. And Ultimate Warrior, thank you for going through and again reiterating the thing. Hey, everybody subscribe if you haven't already. Joseph Parker left out in the cold again. I will say this, that is a pain. That is a nightmare. Actually, not necessarily. He's not necessarily left out in the cold. He's still the mandatory for Usyk's title. Dubois versus Usyk would be undisputed. Now, even though Usyk versus Dubois would still be the thing, or even though Usyk versus Fury is what Usyk's talked about between what would be his last fight, as that's what he would like to have. Joseph Parker could still be seen as, hey, he gets the title. That could still happen. That could absolutely still happen. And shoot, it could just be Joseph Parker versus Fury. Whenever that gets Usyk in the trilogy and or first time ever. Depending on if Joseph Parker wins or if Fury wins. But Parker's status is still set in stone. And let's not forget, brother made bank for fighting up in Saudi Arabia with the card on Bevo versus Better BF. So, he might be left out in the cold, but he still got his position. He's always been active, so it ain't like he's has any ring rust. And just knocked out Martin Bacoli. Got a bag for it. And he can just simply train all the time while prepping for that opportunity. Because right now, it's locked in, and he's set in stone. And so, yeah, it can be bad. It's bad right now. But I don't think he's going to be left out in the cold for too much longer. I truly don't. Because he's earned too much, and he's too undeniable now to not get a shot. He's too undeniable. He is. Even if it's not this year, he's too undeniable. Because he beat Wilder. He beat Bacoli. He beat Zhang. And it's like, even if he's not getting the immediate opportunity, he's already locked up the opportunity right now. And so technically he doesn't have to fight. The only fight he would have to potentially fight would be Fury. If Fury is indeed coming back. And if Fury doesn't fight AJ, then Fury's fighting Parker for that WBA mandatory. And then winner of that, they go and they fight Usyk for Usyk's final fight. That's what it would be. Or Usyk goes, or Fury comes back, and then he fights the likes of Anthony Joshua. And who knows what the world that's going to happen. I promise you. That's going to be incredible. I think Pete Kawhi was better than Dr. See. I hate that this is at the end of the show. Dang it. Oh, gosh. Also, thank you for saying this is a cool show. I'm glad you're liking it, Stabby. Also, I didn't even say what's up. Stabby, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in so much. I appreciate your time and effort and energy coming in on the show. Thank you so much for, all your support and for your questions. I love it. Absolutely. But see, I hate that it's at the end of the show. That now you want to bring up Kawhi speak is better than Dr. J. See, I don't got time to go into it right now. I would love to. But here's what you need to understand. Kawhi, Dr. J in the NBA, at one point in time was the best player in the world. Concretely, the best player in the world. At one point, at the peak of Dr. J in the NBA, he was the face of the league, just like with Michael Jordan now. Jordan predicated his whole game off of Dr. J. Genuine. You can ask him. That man was the pinnacle of success as a basketball player at the heights. Better than George Gervin, better than David Thompson, better than Rick Barry. He was better than all of them. But the ABA wasn't even his best time. The NBA wasn't even his best time. It was the ABA that Dr. J really was in the prime of his career. Because the ABA and the NBA was different. ABA, American Basketball Association, was the modern day basketball type of play style. The NBA at that point in time was the more rigid, standard, fundamental style of basketball. Pass, shoot, no real great dribbling, all of that. More rigid and rudimentary versus more freestyle and park, like we see more implemented now in the NBA. Dr. J in the ABA was the best player in the ABA, and everybody else was also in their prime. We're talking Rick Barry, we're talking about Artis Gilmore, we're talking about many of other Hall of Famers that were in the ABA. So many Hall of Famers that are in the NBA right now played in the ABA before they got to the NBA, before the merger. And Julius Erving was unanimously voted as the best player in the ABA, period. For the entirety, for the history of the league, once it got merged in by his own peers. This man, mind you, Kawhi, I'm not saying Kawhi ain't great, but I can't go into the whole debate and conversation, but it's to give you the backdrop. The reason why it's a more interesting conversation, one, because Kawhi's peak was so short from San Antonio to Toronto, and then with all the injuries that came about afterwards, it's like, never healthy, couldn't play, was great when he played, but then couldn't play, all that stuff. What was it, 2 seasons? In 2 seasons he played, no, I think it was in 3 seasons he played 45 games at one point. That factors into the greatness. Availability is the best ability. We talked about that for everybody else. Got to keep the same thing. And also, with Kawhi's peak being so short, though it's phenomenal, Dr. J's peak was high. Incredibly high. Again, Yes, errors are different. Absolutely. Game evolves and changes. But what Dr. J was when he was at his best, this man in the ABA was averaging 35 and 12 as a small forward, playing against Artis Gilmore, playing against some of the better bigs that we see right now in the league today. Ralph Sampson, mind you, let's not forget that. I believe. No, it was Artis. And a couple other people. He was averaging 35 and 12 in the ABA, in the ABA, going up against Hall of Famers like Vic Berry, leading their own squads in the ABA. This was a man who was a I think a 3 or 4 time champion, back to back to back. Man won 4 MVPs. I think straight, if not sporadically. He was a savant. He was sublime. He was incredible. He was the reason. He was one of the biggest catalysts for why the NBA wanted the ABA merger, because of who Dr. J was. He was so cool that he was bleeding into the NBA's popularity. One of the biggest reasons why it was gaining popularity wasn't just because it was another league in basketball, but because that style of play led by Dr. J, being the best version of that style of basketball, was taking away interest from the NBA. The people saying the NBA was boring. And so they merged with the league, took the talent and put it on the teams, and you see what happened. Daryl Dawkins, that whole 76ers squad, they got to the finals versus the Trailblazers. All of that, what you see with Magic Johnson, Pistol Pete Maravich, all of that, ABA. And Dr. J was the best of that whole crop, of all of them. And his peak was there, not even in the NBA, which is ridiculous. But it's real. I know this because I did a whole college report on this for one of my classes, researching all of this. So I'm like, I know what I know. And so this is why, like, the greatness argument with Kawhi and Dr. J, it's more nuanced than you may think. Because to tell the full story of Dr. J, you gotta know what he did both in the ABA and in the NBA, not just in the NBA. Because NBA, hey, yeah, real conversation, absolutely. But then you combine what he did also before he got to the NBA, where, if we're being completely honest, it was seen as the ABA was street black style basketball. Because Rucker Park, Venice Beach, that style of where again, Pistol Maravich even talked about it himself. He played in black neighborhoods. Bob Cousy played in black neighborhoods. Where that's how you got all them fancy passes, the under the leg, behind the back, all that stuff with black folks down at the park. That's what the ABA was pushing, as that's what they wanted as their style of basketball. NBA was rejecting that. They were saying that's not team play. They were saying that is selfish. They were saying that's crude. All of that was bad. That's what people in the NBA were saying about the ABA and that style of rough, quote unquote, ghetto basketball. And now we see that's the exact thing that everybody wants to see. So we can talk about it later, but there's a lot more that goes into that conversation. But let me see. How many does he win those MVPs against Kareem? And I mean, like, in those, probably not, because Kareem's objectively a better player. Like that and mind you, like, ironically enough, they played one-on-one against each other at a NBA All-Star weekend at one point in time. When they used to have All-Star legends play against, or when they used to have Hall of Famers play against each other after they retired in a game of 1v1, Dr. J versus Kareem. That was the game. Now, Kareem had just retired. Dr. J was a couple years retired. Kareem beat him. Dr. J dunked on him, I think like twice. It was ridiculous. It was great. It was great to see. But like, Kareem was a better player than Dr. J. Genuine. I have no problem saying it. And so I think, yeah, he would have probably won those MVPs still at that point in time, because Kareem was incredible. He was phenomenal. 4-time block champ, all-time leading scorer, genuinely one of the best offensive players that we had seen, even though he had one main shot He was a multi-dimensional player. Multi-dimensional player, excuse me. And now his greatness, both in play and in accolades, it speaks for itself. So you could argue that Dr. J would have gotten one, because he was doing insane work in the ABA. Absolutely, he was doing ridiculous work in the ABA. Yes, he was. But I think Kareem probably would have gotten more MVPs than Dr. J if he had played in the ABA, because of what it was. It was, Kareem was Kareem. Like Kareem's Kareem. I'm not going to speak against Kareem like I don't know how great he is. Nah. Even understanding what Dr. J was in the ABA, Kareem was still better. There's no disrespect. It's just that's the truth. So Kareem, he would have probably gotten one. If Kareem was there, he probably would have gotten one. And that's impressive, because that's how good Dr. J was. Knowing that Kareem got, 6 NBA MVPs? Michael Jordan only got 5, LeBron only got 4. Jokic got 3 back-to-back-to-back. Or Jokic got 3. He might not even get 4, and he should get 4. Should have 4 right now. But his greatness is his greatness. And so he will probably still win the majority of MVPs if he played in the ABA. But Dr. J probably would get 1 at minimum. And that would be incredibly impressive. Because both of them are elite talents outright. And so, yeah, he probably wins 1. Doesn't win 4. Or as many multiple. But he probably still gets 1 if he's playing in ABA and Kareem's playing in ABA. But again, whole nother conversation. Whole nother topic. But I think we got to go. Sadly, I don't want to leave, but we got to go. I got. If we're going to do this stream for tomorrow, I got to make sure I prep and get everything ready. Hey. So I got to make sure I do my work, and I got some other stuff I got to do, and I got to eat. Don't forget that. Sustenance. Need that. So with all that being said, this has been another episode of The Watchable with me, your host, Jean-Luc Rush. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the show. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your effort. We appreciate your energy and your drive all throughout the show. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. We are going to aim to stream every single card on this weekend, from Inoue to Tio to Ryan to Devin to Canelo, all of that right here on the show. Keep it locked on for the YouTube. Keep up with the community posts. Get your notifications up so you can be here for the ride of it all. I've been Jean-Luc Welch. Y'all forget, like and subscribe to the video and to the channel. Share the show with everybody that you can. Rate us 5 stars on every podcasting platform. We will see you back this weekend, Lord willing, this weekend, for all the fights coming up this weekend. I've been Jean-Luc Welch. Y'all have been wonderful. Peace and love. We are out of here. Yes, sir. And we will see you all later on this week.